call 720-488-8604. That's 720-488-8604.
3 minutes, 3 per minute.
Say where else?
What you want most from your car is nothing. No headaches, no surprises, no anxiety as late at night drives on distant freeway in a thunderstorm. That bit of nothing is everything. And that's what you get when you purchase a certified pre-owned Mercedes-Benz from your authorized dealer. Because only an authorized Mercedes-Benz dealership has the skilled technicians to certify that your pre-owned vehicle is up to Mercedes-Benz standards. Only Mercedes-Benz can back their certified pre-owned vehicles with an unlimited mileage warranty for up to 5 years, with roadside assistance included. It's time you'll experience confidence that's as unlimited as the warranty. Visit the certified pre-owned sales event until August 31st, and you'll receive 2 years of prepaid maintenance and special financing available through Mercedes-Benz Financial Services only at your authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer. You've waited long enough.
This is the Troubleshooter Show.
Help! I need somebody.
Now, Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter.
Help me if you can, I'm feeling down. And I do appreciate
I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the show. And you know what I love to say, the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe, and I defy anyone to disprove that, but really, we're just here to help people. Who cares if there's another guy trying to do it somewhere? We also are the longest-running radio show with a success rate that we measure in more than just ratings. We measure in money, millions and millions of dollars in cash, merchandise, exchanges, refunds, and services that we recover for consumers every single year. Now, here's how we do it. You call with a problem, question, complaint, or just get something off your chest. We investigate if we feel we can help. And then we do something about it. We have even taken out lawsuits. We've filed lawsuits. We have helped people with accountants. We have helped people with medical stuff. We've helped people with inspections of their work and their improvements to see if they've been screwed. And we try to make it right. If you use referralist.com, we have a lot of power because our people are wonderful on referralist.com. It is the original list. The original. Just look it up. Go back as far as you want. The original list, and the only one that has recourse, where we get involved to solve the problems. Now, welcome. We have today 2 special things to talk about, but you know we never have a single topic show. I have a friend, Courtney Pierce from Buy and Build here. Buy and Build's been with me for years and years. And he has this big, giant, ugly warehouse. It's not so ugly anymore. He fixed it up a little. Didn't you even pave the lot? Did you pave the lot?
We did pave the lot.
Yeah, you
Keeps the
really
dust down a lot.
No, but seriously, you come up a lot. And I always used to joke about a big, ugly warehouse because nobody really cares about what it looks like. And it's not dirty. That's just big, ugly. I meant it's just a big building. But I don't know how you started, but you have extraordinary deals. I want to give an example. I was doing some home improvements from time to time, and I found a vessel sink for $80. They were $600 sinks. I don't know how you do that. Now, not everything is like that, but I found plumbing fixtures for $100 that normally are $400. So I don't know what you have the biggest advantage on, where the biggest markups are. I know our light fixtures, we saved thousands of dollars. I know that you saved us on cabinets. I always give this joke. I don't have beautiful cabinets in my garage because I'm some, snob who likes to waste money. But I went to, true story, and we did this for our laundry room too. Stephanie and I did this. You did our laundry room, right? We got a bid for that laundry room from Home Depot and another place. It was $10,000 something for that laundry room, plus installation. We got it through Buy and Build for $1,400. Beautiful cabinets. Blonde kind of cabinet, or cream, or whatever it is, that's yellowish butter. Anyway, so then we had them installed. I think it was another $400 or so. I mean, we're talking about under $2,000 for that whole laundry room. Oh, no, you did our counter, too. You did a counter in there of granite. The other one didn't even include a counter. And it was just Formica. So you remember that. You remember everything you've done for me where I save extraordinary money. So if you want to know about saving money, stay tuned. You will. If you're doing home improvements, you'll love it. If we had to sum it up, Courtney, you carry interior finished products, all of
Correct.
them,
Yep.
all right? Nothing for exterior, nothing like windows or stuff, right?
Every now and then we'll have an exterior door.
But the
for most
main
part,
deal,
yeah.
okay, is interior finished product. You have an auction going on today. We're going to tell people how they can get in on it because it'll be closing at noon. And really, that's when all the action is, right? When it starts closing. So at noon, when it starts closing, can people still get in on bidding?
Absolutely.
Can they get on bidding now?
You can bid now, and you can bid right up until the item closes. The first 3 items will close at noon, and then every minute 3 more items will close. And we have over 900 items.
Now, you do this about quarterly?
Correct.
Okay, we did the last one, and you were telling us some deals I couldn't believe. Like hardwood floors for pennies, literally pennies per square foot. What are some of the best deals from last time that you can remember? Anything where it hurt you, you went, God.
Yeah, there was a couple, actually, and you always hate that. But
give me one that sticks
we had a
out.
laminate flooring that's probably, a $2 retail product that went for like 35 cents a foot. And it really hurts,
$2
your
a
ego,
foot,
but
35 cents a foot.
every now and then you make money on something
Okay.
else, and it turns out to be a good sale.
So we'll tell you about this auction and how to get in on it. I'm also going to take your calls. We have Sean Olson with us. This is a very popular topic, employment law. Sean Olson has been with me on the show before, and we get a lot of calls about employment law. Were you fired unjustly? Are you being treated unfairly? Is it harassment? Is it sexual harassment? Is it whatever? What's the most common complaint? Not getting paid, right? What are some of the other things that come up in employment law? Sean, welcome.
Thanks. A lot of the topic we've been hearing a lot about lately is it's not getting paid overtime, being misclassified as an exempt employee when you should be getting overtime.
Can I just call anyone salaried if I want to, or are there
you can call
condition?
Yeah, you can call anyone salaried that you want, but
is
that
it-
doesn't necessarily mean they're not getting overtime for hours they work over 40 every week.
But how do I determine whether someone gets a salary or OT?
It really depends on what level of performance they're conducting.
Does the
for
law
business.
have some guidelines?
The law has a
We'll
lot
go
of
over that.
guidelines.
Salary or OT. What's another one?
Discrimination is always a huge one. Age discrimination, sex discrimination.
I think we're seeing more and more, not sex, but age discrimination, but it's cloaked.
I think you're absolutely right about that.
Can you uncloak it? Is that a word?
You can. You can try. It is difficult. Discrimination cases are typically
Like
the
if
most
they have-
difficult kind of cases we take on.
I was told that if they have other people of that same age, you can't make the claim.
It certainly makes it more difficult. Yes. If they keep employees on who are the same age, yeah, it makes it more difficult to prove that they're firing that particular employee because of their age and not because of some performance issue.
And I remember a woman worked for a guy for 10 years, and he fired her. She claimed racial discrimination. And he cracked a joke to me I thought was so funny. He says, yeah, as soon as I realized she was black, I fired her. Because she had worked for him for 10 years. Right.
Pretty tough to prove that claim.
That's right. So anyway, we're going to talk about age discrimination and any other discrimination. What are some others? So I have salary or OT, and I have age discrimination.
Those are the big ones we come upon most often. Obviously,
Okay.
Unemployment is another issue.
Oh, fired or
whether you left by your own volition,
I
or
have
whether it's
found
no fault of your own.
I have found that the state will err on the side of the employee almost every time.
I think that is probably true. If there's reasonable grounds for them to fine for the employee, they will bend over backward to fine for that employee.
Yeah, they do, and you wouldn't believe some of the people that get unemployment. Let's go to the phones. Patty, what's going on? Hello, Patty. Welcome to the Tom Martino Troubleshooter Radio Show.
Good morning, Mr. Martino. First time I'm calling you.
Oh, well, welcome. We're live on Facebook and live on YouTube for those who want to see our pretty faces. What's going on?
Well, I'm going to be 73 next month, and I'm living in my 1983 van for the last 4 years.
Wait. Dear, come on. You're living in a van and you're 83? I mean, 73. Why are you living in a van?
Well, I can't find a place.
How did you become homeless?
Well, my son had a place and he lost it, and he went to jail, and that's how it happened.
You were living with your son?
Yes.
What?
And he lost the place. It was his place.
It was his place. And before that, where were you living, dear?
I was with my sister, but she passed away. I'm also on oxygen, so
Do you get unemployment?
I get Social Security.
Okay. That's what I meant. I was just thinking when I looked at Sean. I meant Social Security. So
And I lived in the Lakewood, Arvada, Westminster, and Wheat Ridge area for 45 years. But now I'm staying in my van and with my little dog, and I need help to find a place.
Why is your son in jail? Is it something that's going to be long range?
Yeah, I think so.
What is it?
Do the drugs, you know.
How old is he?
55.
Oh, he should know better than that. Do you have anyone else in the world? Do you have anyone?
No, nobody. Everybody's gone, Mr. Martino.
So, Patty,
yeah.
How do you get by right now? You use your Social Security.
Right.
Do you have Medicaid, I hope?
Medicare.
But doesn't okay. But okay. I thought you were also eligible for Medicaid. Maybe I'm wrong, but
I don't know. I hear
what about
things.
food stamps?
Yeah, I get food stamps.
Okay.
$16.
So you're looking to get a place to live.
Yeah, I've moved in with a few people, but it doesn't work out. You know, I needed my own little place.
How much? Well, you need subsidized housing is what you need, Patty.
I know, but there's a waiting list, and they're not even taking Section 8 or nothing. I tried all avenues. I've listened to you for years, so I thought I'd call you.
Well, we're going to figure it out. Patty, how much do you get a month?
$1,200. That's all.
God.
Yeah.
Okay. And the van, it's an 83?
Yeah. Yep.
How is it running?
Well, I owe the mechanics $1,200, and my dog just had an operation. It was $700. She had cancer. She's got cancer, and I'm down to $400 on that.
Yeah, take your time on those. I mean, you want to pay them if they're good to you, but listen, we got to figure something out. I mean, this is one of the cases where I call like I mean, it's just the odds are against you, but it didn't happen overnight, right? I mean, so what did you do when you worked in your life, Patty?
I sang around town. I was a singer.
You literally sang.
Yeah.
Were you married?
Yeah, my husband passed away.
When?
Oh, 89.
Is that when things started going downhill or not?
No. It's just the last 4 years.
You were depending on others.
No, just my sister.
So did she leave anything?
No, nothing.
So how did you and your sister chip in to live together? Is that how you did it?
Yeah. She had a house, and
I wonder if there's someone else. I know you say it doesn't work out, but I wonder if there's someone else in your situation that could like another elderly person who could use a roommate to afford a place.
Yeah, I don't know of anybody. I sit in my van all day long. You know, I don't know where to go and what to do anymore.
What about nursing homes?
Oh, no.
I don't mean like, maybe that's the wrong term. Assisted living. I don't mean it like that, Patty. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like an assisted living or something like that where...
No, I don't want that either.
Or retirement community.
That's maybe what I'm thinking.
They take your money and they give you $75.
Yeah, but look what you...
How would I pay the people back? And
well,
how would I
listen.
have to keep my vehicle?
I want to tell you something, Patty. As far as paying people back right now you have to be in survival mode, okay? I really applaud you for wanting to pay people back, but let's talk about first survival. That's what I think first.
Well, they want their money, you know.
Well, I'm sorry, Patty, but you don't even have a home. Don't worry about that right now. Not now. Don't worry about that right now. I'm not telling you to forget about them, but right now what you need to do is think about yourself, and we got to think about getting you a place or how to get you a place. So hold on, all right? Now, I want to take her information down. Does anyone have an idea? Listen, we all talk about in government, especially, politics is so toxic right now, but we all talk about taxing the rich, or we talk about helping the poor, or we talk about illegal immigration, and we talk about a bunch of hot buttons, right? But when it gets right down to it, there is no way the government can help everyone. There is no way Social Security can be lived on. It was never meant to be. So what do we do right now? See, this show isn't about politics. It isn't about the deplorable conditions in politics, or right now we have a woman a real person on the other end of that phone, could be your mom, 73 years old, or 78, did she say 73, right? Yeah. 73 years old. She's living in a van with a little dog. She gets $1,200 a month. What do we do? I say we. This isn't my problem. What do we do? How many Patties are out there right now? How many people falling through the cracks? Can our government do it? You know, I'm going to tell you something. I would pay gladly. I would pay gladly, but you got to listen carefully. 75% tax, gladly, if I truly knew in my heart that the government would use it for the good of society, truly. But, I mean, come on. Can you trust the government to do that? I would gladly pay higher taxes. Gladly. If I knew people like Patty would truly be helped. And children. But we can't. The government, they pee money. You know what I mean. They don't think about stuff like this. Nothing's efficient that way. What do we do for Patty? If you have any suggestions, help me out here. Help me out.
There was an efficient way to take. I swear to God, it's not the higher taxes I hate.
Give yourself plenty of time if you're traveling on northbound I-35 out of the tech center.
Would people really need it?
God,
what a sad story. What a sad story.
Be careful, and of course,
But you want to be independent. I think allow almost people to want to move into a place where
Tom, we've called
get that.
people on that. I've got like 2 people waiting. There is trying to help other people. There is nothing else.
There on northbound Federal and I-70. What is not a lot of vacancies. About a 30% chance of having
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of stuff going online.
There's a lot of marketing houses.
This month at participating Napa Auto Parts stores, the Napa Legend battery comes with a prepaid Visa card with $15
So I'm
by
going
mail.
to this.
So start every
But how do
time
you
with
get?
a Legend.
So I
And
go
save
to
yourself some money with the Napa
I don't
Legend
get
battery.
like say what is this? What's the description of
repair
it?
shop,
Go
honesty,
back.
integrity, knowledge, and experience. I also like convenient locations. That's why I love Sheridan Auto Tech. All of those ingredients go into Sheridan. They're located conveniently in
It's
Lakewood,
right
on
here.
Colfax, just west of Boston, and in Aurora, on Havana, just south of 6th Avenue. The repair
You want to
shop
click on
I know
that
and trust, and
906
you
item,
can
see where it
too.
says click there, yeah.
303-455-7242. That's 303-455-7242. Sheridan Auto Tech.
Are you embarrassed by your smile? Are you unable to eat the foods you love, afraid to laugh, afraid to live a normal life, even afraid to
First
go out?
item's actually like a drop
Dr.
in on the
Barrett's with
radio.
Barrett's Dental here.
There's
I
gonna be
believe
a
that
bunch
you
of
deserve a
stuff
smile
to
to
read
be
before
performed
that.
so you can live your life the way you want, with the peace of mind that you can smile.
Yeah,
no
piles in
matter
here for a
if
dime.
Your mouth is healthy. At Barrett's Dental,
10
we
cents
want
a
to help
square
you get your life back. I invite you to my office for a free consultation where you can find out for yourself if you are comfortable at Barrett's Dental. We offer total dental solutions, meaning we can handle all of your dental care in one
Broncos
convenient
radio.
without
There's a bunch of them, huh?
Yeah, so I mean, they start out with one, and then you do 2, then 3, and then a case of them at the end.
You get a purse?
Yes, the first like 300 items are kind of gift items and toys, and just the one trying to get
You're
through.
looking for a safe place to take care of all
Each
your
5 or 6 you start getting into lighting and faucets.
303-731-1308 or
You have wood floors or just vinyl floors?
2 things happen
I've
when
got
you
some-
get a DUI, a criminal charge, and a civil proceeding against your license. Get an experienced, aggressive attorney who can help you in both areas. Joseph A. Lazaro, 303-429-6200. That's 429-6200.
How much is it?
Make sure you're in Coolsville
This is page 5.
Watch the excitement of Rockies baseball in person. Be there as the Rockies take on the Philadelphia Phillies Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Get your tickets to these games now at any Rockies ticket outlet, including Rockies.com.
Hey Denver, get to Lumber Liquidators Summer Splash Flooring Sale for the best deals on wood-look waterproof floors and more. Get more than 40
$4 right now, $2.30. It's not
45% off,
terrible for me,
20% off Abella wood-look tile packages, and all water-resistant Dream Home X2 laminate is on sale. Plus, get pre-finished hardwood from $149, more from 49 cents, and special financing. Hurry, get to the Summer Splash Flooring Sale today. Visit lumberliquidators.com to find a
Lumber
Denver store
Liquidators,
near
such a
you.
bait and switch.
Nothing is more important than your health. Hi, I'm Doug.
They have some of that
Discover where we sell the world's finest fitness equipment. Going on now, save up to 40% off.
Then it's
All
$349,
models
but
and clearance items. Everything's on
They just
sale.
blew their earnings out of the water. You know, they were like a $70 stock, and then they had all that stuff with the formaldehyde, went down to like 15.
Carries a lifetime warranty on all parts.
But that was 2 years ago. Right?
For Highlands Ranch, the University and Seaport Center, fitness powered Jeep Colorado and Shape since 1997.
Some of you didn't file your taxes, maybe because you have a tax problem, or maybe because you're afraid you have a tax problem. If you owe back taxes or have unfiled returns, you are accruing interest and penalties. You could be putting yourself at risk of seizure. Tax Defense Partners will work on your behalf to get the IRS off your back. Call now, 800-684-7777. Call Tax Defense Partners now at 800-684-7777.
Really?
I don't have enough of it variety.
You as IRS,
Get
your peace of mind back. Go to advancedtaxsolutions.com.
Honest analysis in the afternoon. The truth does not matter. From Michael Brown.
So fake news matters. Yes, fake news matters because fake news is just a new word for propaganda.
Today at 4. Got it on 6:30
Never know. It's not going to be the same next time. You can something different.
Like Costco. Yeah. You never know what you never know what's going to be at Costco. Besides milk and eggs.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, live on Facebook, live on YouTube. Sean Olson is with us, employment law. Anything to do with employment, let us know. Courtney Pierce from Buy and Build. We're hawking his auction, so let's tell you how to get involved right now. Where do they go?
Okay, so you go to rollerauction.com.
R-O-L-L-E-R.
Auction, singular, .com, all one word.
Auction.com. I'm there. Now what?
Okay, and then you click, there's a button that says Live Auction. You click on that Live Auction button.
I want to see where it is, because I want people to know, because I don't see it right off the hand live. Where is it? Is it on the, I see rollerauction.com.
So
I'm on the home page.
So you scroll down a little and you'll see the Buy and Build auction.
Okay, it's right there on the front page.
Yeah,
and then
to
you
the
go
right,
to the right.
There's a button that says Live Auction, click here or something like that.
It says Internet Only Auction or more info.
Right. So click on the Internet Only Auction button.
Okay, got it.
And that'll take you in, and then
right
underneath the pictures it says click here to bid, and like 906 items. You click on that link right there, and it will take you in, and you can see all the items that way.
Okay, so if you go and click on any of those photos above.
Not on the photos, but right below the photos.
Okay.
It says click here to bid.
Okay.
There's a little link.
All right. Click here to bid. Okay, and then let's talk about some of the best deals you see here.
Well, just scrolling through it here, looks like there's some fantastic deals. There's faucets on there for $2.50 right now. There's tile sitting at $10 a square foot.
$10? You mean 10 cents?
10 cents a square foot. I wish it was $10 a square foot, Tom, but unfortunately 10 cents a square foot.
So all these categories here, if I touch those categories, it will bring me to the auction part.
That'll bring you to each category, and at the very beginning, before the categories, you can click on all items where it says click here to bid 906.
Okay. 303-713-TALK. Hold on a sec. I want to get Patty's information, Daphne. Daphne asked me what we're doing. Get all of her information, so if people have an idea how we can help her, we can do that. Anyway, rollerauction.com. You register and you can start bidding. It closes at noon.
It starts closing at noon, so the first 3 items will close at noon. They'll go till about 5 p.m. today.
So it'll take all day to close them out. So you can bid at the last minute.
Yes, and if you bid with like 30 seconds left on an item, it'll go into extended bidding for 3 minutes and allow whoever got outbid to counter. So somebody can't just steal the item for you at the last second.
All right. Let's go to the phones. Meanwhile, if you have any ideas, how do we help Patty, a 73-year-old living in a van, an old van? She gets $1,200 a month Social Security. Perhaps we should get an organization together. I'm thinking out loud here. And what we do is try to match people together in groups, like 2 or 3, that can share expenses. I'm serious. I know it's difficult, but not impossible. And you can't live in a van. You just can't do it. Ashley, how are you, Ashley? What can we do for you? Ashley? Hello? Okay. Do me a favor and check the phone there. Carla, what's going on with you, Carla?
Hi, Tom, I emailed your guys last night and they replied back and asked me to give you a call.
Good.
I have a family member that, it's just in the last several days, they found that she has cancer lesions in her brain, and it's spreading very quickly.
Now, what is she, a sister? What is she?
Yeah, she's my sister.
Okay. How is she doing?
Good. So,
Ashley, let me ask you: was this?
I'm Carla.
I'm sorry, Carla. I tried to get Ashley. Is this something that came on sudden?
I know you talked about having family members with mental illness, and my sister's had mental problems, like really significant ones, the last 5 years. So it's been kind of a battle for the last 5 years, and I think you kind of can appreciate.
Yes,
what I
I
mean by
can.
that.
Oh my goodness, I can. But this mental problem comes from a physical ailment, right?
No, that it started out. She had a really severe head injury. She was diagnosed with bipolar. I mean, it's been a combination of stuff, you know.
So right now, what is happening with her now?
So I finally got her admitted last Thursday, and when she was in there, something majorly had changed.
Where did you get her admitted?
To a hospital. They took her to the ER. I had to get Adult Protective Services involved because she refused my assistance.
Okay. And
they admitted her. And they've determined that, you know, she definitely has, you know, cancerous brain lesions in her brain, and she also has cancer throughout her whole body. I got her into hospice yesterday, but...
Now, was she willing to go to hospice?
Yeah. That they feel medically she's, at this time, able to make good decisions. I'm her medical proxy. I got durable power of attorney yesterday. She has no will. She has no trust. But
does she have any? Does she have an estate of any kind?
Well, yeah. That she has a home. She has a vehicle. Honestly, I'm finding out a lot of stuff kind of really fast. Trying to catch up with stuff. But my question was, I'm trying to, you know, obviously all of her money should go to her bills. I'm not worried about me getting money. I want her bills to be paid. But
that shouldn't even be a priority right now, but okay, that's fine. That's wonderful.
But what I'm concerned about is I was wondering, could I use something like a I don't know, like a form from like LegalZoom or something?
To do what? What are you trying to do?
Well, I'm trying to prevent probate or whatever, because she's got outstanding hospital bills. You know, she's looking at $8,000 a month in a nursing home.
So what do you mean by, what do you mean by prevent, probate? What are you trying to do? Just tell me, are you trying to get money in her estate to pay this stuff?
Yes.
Okay. Is she willing to sell her home?
Yes.
Okay. The way to get around probate is sell everything now and put it on a joint bank account that you both control, and when she dies, it's yours.
Then I can pay the bills, outstanding stuff?
Absolutely. It's that easy. Sell the home, go to Frank Duran, the real estate man, and I'm serious, because he's a good-hearted man, and he would probably reduce his commission and make it a priority to help the family out. He has a heart, and he's not just in business. So if you call Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, or 303-920-1622, he can get this listed and probably sold within a week, maybe. I'm telling you, with the way the market is. Is it in good condition?
No, it's not.
Okay, well, there are a lot of people wanting any kind of a house. What price? What size of house?
It's like a 3-bedroom, 1-bath. It's like a ranch. You know, it's in Loveland.
3-bedroom, okay. And about how many square feet?
I would say it's probably 18.
Okay.
18, yeah.
You know what? You need to get this listed and sold. Take the money, put it in an account. It's not complicated. Turn everything into cash, and then you get on the account in the way that it's joint somehow. There's two different kinds. Sean Olson, what's the one that is either or and it's automatic?
A joint account, if your name is on there as an equal owner to hers, and this is not my specialty.
No, of course.
Okay. My understanding then,
it's just joint. Yeah, whatever one it is, or you can call, of course, David Salisbury. Now, David, even if you don't need to hire him for probate or anything, Salisbury will answer questions for you in an initial consultation. He's a wonderful man, too. I got to tell you, we have great people on the referral list. So David Salisbury does wills, trusts, probates, and all that. Now, he may say, Carly, you might need a will, but you don't, if that's all, if what you're telling me is all she has, you don't even need a will. You can just do that. But his number is, I want to make sure you get both of these, David Salisbury, 720-493-3911. David Salisbury for wills, trusts, probate, estate planning, anything, or something like this. If you just need a consultation, 720-493-3911. And Frank Duran, the real estate man, is 303-920-1622.
Yeah, make sure she gets that info. Talk to her and see if she gets it.
Our 2017 iHeartRadio Music Festival by Ryan Seacrest. Over 20 of the greatest performers on the planet, September 22nd and 23rd at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Listen to win your trip starting Monday. State Farm Neighborhood Sessions celebrates great artists who inspire us to give back to our neighborhood. Head to neighborhoodsessions.com to check out what these artists did for their communities and find out how simple it is to help yours.
Attention parents, why subject your kids to extractions and surgery, spacers, expanders, years of misery when you can go to Neo Kids Dentistry and New Orthodontics? Listen, the emphasis on New Orthodontics is the only system I know of that addresses root causes of crooked teeth, things like pacifiers.
No, that's a subspecialty unto itself. Highly complex.
So what it was is this lady, Kaiser, she worked for Kaiser for 26 years, and she just retired. And then they said she started like in '89. They say from '90 to '94 that she wasn't working for them, but she was. And she even got all the Social Security records and sent to them, but they're basically not paying her for those 4 years. I'm not sure what it comes out to be. But that's what just happened yesterday. It seems like a slam dunk. If she's got the Social Security records, they were holding this Saturday, America's Wealth Management.
So they're not paying her everything that she's entitled to.
Those 4 years, and most pensions are based on that kind of thing.
This Saturday at noon.
She didn't say how much it was, but
maybe she probably doesn't know. Financial planning for retirement.
Find out the true condition of your
life. You coming in, we thought, wow, this
nuts.
I'm not sure if she'll be calling or not and stuff, but you said that's a very special.
Yeah, yes, it is specialized, because oftentimes there's just no money in it. And so generally speaking, when the guys who do get into it, I mean, you're either going to pay them hourly for the time, or you're going to be involved in, class action sort of a deal, where there's just mass amounts of money to be paid.
This with Kaiser, I would assume they just need a letter from, and they said that they received a Social Security, a letter from a lawyer pushing them into that. You know what I mean? Because it seems like a slam dunk, but every time you say it seems like a slam dunk.
It never is. I think that is almost a guarantee in my business.
If that's the whole thing, there's two sides of every story. Absolutely, it's almost a guarantee.
Count the times that people call up and say, "Oh, all I'm going to need is just a letter from you saying this," and they're going to bend over and and they'll give us everything we want.
And then we find out back in '90 she went as a contractor.
During my career, I've had exactly one slam dunk.
Really?
And then one. I look forward to saying it's two. Now it's still one.
I'm not looking forward to that.
That's right.
Saturday afternoons at 4, 6:30 K-House.
Have a legal question, what do you do? Bell and Pollock, we're injury attorneys
and our
radio lines. We're here to answer your legal questions on any legal subject.
Hi guys. Okay, I'm going to get Tom a scarf. A scarf and goggles, like Snoopy. So he threw the air coup. After he's out, and he says, "Now I don't want some old geezer." I'm like, okay. And then he's like, "Who hasn't flown him for a while?" He has 900 hours on the plane. I said, "We'll just pray." and you and the angels will make it home. And then he had the helicopter following him in the event it goes down. And then he it was
someone flew your helicopter behind?
Rob, is the teacher. Yeah.
Well, he flew up to get the airplane.
Yeah. But it's so cute, this little plane. It looks like did you guys ever Thomas the Tank Engine and JJ the jet plane? Okay, it's like a little JJ the jet plane, and then when Tom's in it, he had it all open. It's like Snoopy, you know, when Snoopy flies with his goggles and stuff. And Tom's so happy. So anyway, you can see it going across.
It's a long story, but I restored it about
303-471-5150.
Oh no, it's such a testimony to how he took care of it. I mean, he got it all working, and you should have seen when he was trying to get. What did you try to flush out? The oil?
I tried to climb because it hadn't been run. I put air through the system to force oil through.
He says, "Would you hold this so I can?" So I'm holding it like this, and all of a sudden, all this oil just goes all over Tom. It looks like he got punked, but he got it working. He got the little battery hooked up and.
You didn't fly with them, sir?
No.
5 years they hadn't run.
Oh, I know.
But I went over it with a fine-tooth comb and got a ferry permit to take it to where I'm going. Okay, let me be your beast of burden when it comes to your problems. Any problems you have, call us 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Call right now. We have open lines. Very rare on this show. You can get right through. And I'll let you know whenever a line's open. Sean Olson, the Olson Law Firm, Employment Law. And we have Buy and Build here. And that's really cool because we have an auction going on right now at rollerauction.com. Rollerauction.com. Look for Buy and Build's auction. You will be astounded at some of this stuff. Some of these cabinets, Courtney, you're going to be in trouble if they don't start bidding on. I mean, you can get a whole kitchen full of cabinets for nothing. Wow.
I know, it always makes me very nervous at this time of day.
But is all this must sell, or can you take it?
I can't. No, this is an absolute auction.
So have you ever, seriously now, have you ever lost on it?
Oh, yeah.
You have?
The first, 3 auctions we did, we were doing live auctions with an auctioneer, you know, $30 bid up here, $35.
Yeah.
And it's fun, but we definitely, our first 3 auctions lost a lot of money.
Okay.
You got to have a good audience.
Is your goal here to expose people to who you are, or is it to make money? Obviously, you don't want to lose money. Or is it mainly to clear out room? What is it for?
It helps clear out room. It's a good way to turn a lot of inventory in one day.
Okay.
And also when customers bring back built cabinets and stuff like that, and we can't sell it as a brand new cabinet out of our store, so we'll put it into one of these kitchens and then add brand new cabinets to it and turn it into a kitchen, and it's good stuff.
Rollerauction.com. Look for Buy and Build. Jessica, how can we help you? Our number 303-713-TALK. Jessica, what's going on?
So I am moving from Colorado to Arizona and looking for a car transportation company.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, they come in all come in all shapes and sizes, and I do not recommend the drive ones, the ones that drive your car. Do not.
So we've got 4 cars.
So any kind of moving company can transport your car, and some of them do just cars, and that's really good too. The ones that put it on a trailer and move it, okay, you're not going to get a recommendation, not because I don't know of any good ones. I mean, I don't know of any, but I'm saying I don't have them on my referral list. In fact, it's a category we probably should get. So I don't know of any, but I do know that if you call some reputable movers, they may have some recommendations. I have to believe that they've dealt with them before.
Okay.
You know, I would call Amazing Moves and ask them if they know of any. Or I would just simply call some of the national transporters, like I would call Grable or Johnson Moving and Storage. But they may say, well, we'll do it. But I would prefer, if you're not moving a house, that you do one of the actual auto transporters. Now, I can't recall the one that did it for me. I had something moved from California to here, and he did it in a long trailer. Do you remember his name? Do you remember his name? You don't remember his name. The car transporter. Anyway, he was out of, I think, Grand Junction. And there are some really good, dependable people that are local. They have a van, or excuse me, a trailer, a truck, and they literally just personally will deliver your car. And it doesn't cost as much as you think. What kind of car is it?
We were shocked at. We had a Chevy Aveo, Toyota Corolla, Jeep Wrangler and a Crown Victoria.
Okay. I would call, and where are you moving to?
Arizona.
Okay. I would call a dealership, a car dealership, and ask them, like Rolly Purifoy Chevrolet, ask Purifoy, or we can ask them, Daff, if you want to call up to Rolly, 303-659-8311. Good car. Now, Jessica, if you want to listen, you can listen, and we'll get you some recommendations. Mike has an answer for you, though, so let's see what Mike has to say. Mike, you know a car transporter?
Yeah, probably one of the best here in the metro area is Western Distributing. They're based off of 270 in York.
And they do a lot. Do they do for individuals?
Yes, they do individuals. They got guys that are certified to haul the multi-million-dollar ones, even down to the cheap ones, all enclosed trailer and everything.
Did you ever move a car, Mike?
Yeah, I've moved a lot of them. I'm a truck driver. I pulled a parking lot for a lot of years.
Do you know what they cost normally to transport from to Arizona?
I couldn't tell you, but she can call Western Distributing, and I guarantee she'll have an answer in about 30 seconds.
Jessica, that sounds good to me. This guy sounds like he knows what he's doing, Western Distributing. I love the connections this show can make. I love it. That's why you should listen. Now, Robert's got a question for our employment attorney, Sean Olson. Go ahead, Robert.
Hey, Tom.
Hey.
Great. Everything you do is awesome.
I appreciate that.
Quick question.
Yeah.
I caught employees or inflating their hours and fired them. So should I continue the process, go through the police department and press charges and all that?
How much was he inflating?
Roughly estimate of about $6,000.
Wow. Now, Sean, am I right or wrong in this? Isn't there something legally you can do with paychecks, final paychecks, called offsetting? Like subtracting damages or theft?
Sure, absolutely. So long as you have the legal grounds to do so, yes. Things like theft, things like unreturned property, those kinds of things you can withhold from a final paycheck if that final paycheck hasn't already been given.
Have you given him the final paycheck?
I did withhold that, yeah.
Oh, good. And did you, so you have to give him a notification exactly how you withhold it, and you have to, I think, I'm not sure, but I think you have to pay the withholdings like a paycheck and only withhold the net. I'm not sure, but I think a guy got in trouble for not doing that. But that's between you and your bookkeeper. I don't care about that. But as long as you held on, how much did you get out of that one?
Oh, with PTO and all that, maybe $1,000.
So he owes you about $5,000 roughly. Now, you have, how do you know, by the way, that's a tough claim. As Sean says, you have to have some legal grounds here, and just suspecting it is not enough. How do you know?
Well, so our electronic medical records has a footprint every time you log in, and so she would log in from home, and I could see what she was doing, and then she would just state hours that she never even would log in. So she just put in hours for this date and never have a trace. So
never have a login.
Right, and she didn't deny it at all. She didn't deny it, and
did she say she would pay you back?
She said, I'll pay you back, or I'll work for free, I'll do whatever.
Sean, do you think it's even a crime? I mean, I know that sounds weird, but I don't think you'll find any prosecutor at all to take it.
It sounds like it'd be tough. I mean, the problem you run into with employees who work from home and you base it on a login system is the employee can still claim that they're still doing work on your behalf, even if they're not logged into the system, whatever that system might be. So it makes proving those sorts of claims, if you're going to go after them criminally, very, very difficult.
One thing I would do, for sure, is small claims court, because it's under $7,500, to get a judgment. I would definitely get a judgment. Here's why. It stays on a record. Then you can garnish future paychecks or go to collection, but it's going to be way more powerful than just you.
Okay, and I just want to make sure she doesn't do this to
well,
connection.
You know what? That's laudable, but I'm going to tell you that who cares right now. What I mean is, I don't mean that like I don't care, but what I mean is, right now, you don't have the power to do that, because we're not going to give out her name, so there's no way to make sure. There is a way to put a judgment on a record And that will show up if she's ever in a position of trust. So I would definitely do that. And you do it right away before she starts feeling like I got screwed here.
And one of the things you always want to be careful about if you're trying to prevent someone from doing it again is telling someone what you think she did without hard proof of knowing with certainty that she did, because that can come back and bite you as well.
That could be a very big problem for you. Genesis Total Exteriors, if you're looking for home improvements, this is a very busy time. He's doing all exterior work right now. But here's the deal. If you want to get in on an interior project for the winter, you can start planning now, and he'll love to give you a deal to fill up his calendar. Genesis Total Exteriors and Interiors, all home improvements, and you can depend on him. I've known Mark Szymanski for years. 303-679-8509, 679-8509.
Sometimes I'm so far off, it's almost
sometimes I have an employee that I busted for stealing from me, and got him to admit to it, fired, told him if you don't pay me back in full, that I'm going to call the police. He's on a work permit here from El Salvador. He's like, you'll be deported, you'll lose your family. What did he do? He paid me back $500 a month at the time.
How much did he steal?
$6,000, about $4 grand. He paid me back everything except he has like one more payment of like $800 and something bucks.
Continue in the overnight hours.
Emailing him right now because I haven't seen him in a minute.
Oh, he doesn't work for you anymore.
No.
He worked for someone else.
He would order cabinets off of our system that we order cabinets on. Himself, he learned how to do it. Got in there, ordered kitchen shelves out the back door for cash. Never, we go and load the truck and don't pay him. I can start helping unload the truck, which is rare for him. So he can stack his own power.
This guy's getting motivated.
He got caught kind of red-handed. He was super, panicky and nervous. And I was like, I have more evidence on you than I did on Mike that I fired and already have charges pressed on. So you can either come clean right now or you want to. And he's like,
or we can just take a photo. Is this wrong? Sure. I don't know if this is wrong. I was
Our old office manager at the firm I worked at prior to opening my own, she ripped us off to the tune of about $250,000. Failed to pay the IRS about just over $1 million that she was supposed to be paying them, or to balance the books to offset the money that she was stealing. Yeah, it destroyed us.
A lot of companies don't want to prosecute that because they don't, especially accounting firms, because it looks bad for the.
We prosecute.
We're good. Good.
That's a lot of money.
Yes.
Did you get anything back from it?
By the time they did, I left. It decimated the firm pretty well, and so most of us ended up leaving in a small scale. I think they got something like $75 grand back or something like that. It wasn't much.
Did she go to jail?
She didn't. That's what upset me. She busted out some plea deal, and she got 5 years of heavily supervised probation.
Restitution? Did they make forced restitution?
Yeah, I imagine there was. I don't know for certain.
895-0500 for details. If you were tired of
No,
being
fired for theft, got out of
95% loan to
No way!
Of course he did. Police report, the warrant for his arrest, I copied them on all of it.
What did they say?
They're like, because when I terminated him, I didn't have the hard evidence. Literally 2 days after I terminated him, the termination letter was for a bunch of other stuff that was shady, that he was doing really bad. And they fought for him and said, well, you didn't fire him for theft. He's going to work for the rest of the theft.
It's unusual to do commercials about
I'll redo it. I'll redo it.
I hope you would.
That agency
commercial is made.
Yes, it is. Yes.
It's just out of
Usually,
I guess they get paid the hell out of their benefits.
Right. There you go.
So I was really fired, so I definitely only worked maybe 4 months.
These people,
And she was lying to them, saying she was never late, she never missed days, and well, here's copies of all of her time cards.
If you call
She's late every freaking
they
week,
want to
and
help
missed
you
at least one day every week.
whether
They
it's
finally like, well, you're clearly lying to us, and
Because of that.
You don't even know what that is. Stimulants, sedatives, and even marijuana cause problems. If you have a loved one who is an addict, we can help you approach them. Here's the number for the Raleigh House: 720-893.
She was trying to do sexual discrimination. I fired her.
720-893.
I wasn't asking you to. I was asking you to answer questions cleanly.
RaleighHouse.com. 720-893-5559.
Hey guys, Ken here from the Hit Podcast. Today's growth. We all know increasing revenue is tough. But did you know that 100% of
Getting better at my heart on this stuff, but
these are 100% current main source of income. Someday they will
stuff in 2 minutes
before
before it sells, and always about me. Better always use that as
Yet their industry.
Hey, so this here is actually, my son's just going to CSU. This is actually packing tape.
Yeah, there's duct tape.
Is there duct tape? I seen there was duct tape. Oh, there it is, right there. Okay.
I think we sell for $1
Okay. Maybe I'll do that. I want to come to your place.
It's fun.
It's like a warehouse everywhere.
It's pretty dusty.
No, well, he doesn't say it's just ugly from the outside.
It really is, but I'll tell you what, that ugly warehouse, we're probably selling in the next month or so. 10 grand.
That's income store.
And you own it.
Yeah, well, our family owns it.
Oh.
Did you hear that, Tom?
She didn't see the message.
We're probably selling that ugly building.
Yeah? What are you going to do?
10 million.
What are you going to leave?
We're going to have to move.
Oh,
about to
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Sean Olson with us, the Olson Law Firm, about employment law if you have employment questions. And then go to rollerauction.com for the buy and build auction. Courtney Pierce is here if you have any questions about buy and build. And we do have some coming up. Let's go to the phones, and we have some feedback on the car transportation call. Go ahead. What's happening?
Hi, Tom.
Hey.
I've transported a number of cars. I've used Able, A-B-L-E, Able Transportation.
Okay.
They're a national company. There's two ways to go. One is enclosed and one is open trailer. The open trailer is about half the cost. And it averages enclosed trailer about $1 a mile.
Oh, my goodness, that's a lot.
Yeah, it's expensive.
You're about $1 a mile?
Oh, yeah, enclosed, yes.
Okay, so what about the deadhead then? If they only charge you for where they're moving it, right?
Right. The way you can get the cost down too is if she asks them if they'll load the car and then bring it to a lot where they wait for a number of cars to go to that location. Then they load them back up on the truck and they'll take them to that location. You can probably get $200-300 off by doing that.
Okay. In addition to that $1 a mile, is there a load and unload fee?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much. Wow, I didn't know it would be that much. Hey, Mary, what's on your mind today, Mary?
Well, I called Zero Res, as you suggested, and they came out to my house yesterday and did a great job.
Good.
Terry that was out here, and I was real happy with him.
I am happy that you're having a good time and that you're listening and that you used them, and now you have clean carpets, Mary. It means a lot to me to get that feedback. Zero Res is on our referral list at referralist.com. We take that very seriously. Okay. Don's been waiting a while. Don, I'm trying to get to these calls quicker. What's happening, Don?
Hey, good morning, Tom.
Yeah?
Well, I'm hoping that you can help me.
Yes.
I had insurance with Allstate Insurance, and I canceled my policy with one of the people that worked at the agency that I was dealing with. Even though I canceled my policy, they still went ahead and took money from the escrow from my mortgage.
Wait a minute. Why? So when did you cancel?
This started in January of this year.
And why did you cancel? Did you have another policy?
I changed companies. I went from one company to another.
And so then they were both taking out escrow?
Yes.
Well, this is a simple matter of having them refunded.
I tried that. Allstate sent me a letter saying I'm not entitled to the money. And
why? Why? Why?
Hold on. I've got documentation. I've also sent letters to the... hold on. Just give me a second.
Listen.
There's an agency for the state of Colorado for insurance.
Yeah, the Insurance Commission. I want to know, why did Allstate say you are not entitled to a refund?
They sent me a letter.
Okay, do you have it? Hold on. I'm not going to wait for you to find the letter. I'm going to wait while you're off the air, and then I'll come back to you. Okay? 303-713-TALK. Mark, what's going on with you, Mark?
Hey, Tom. So, I've been listening to your show for a while, and I figured this one would be right up your alley.
Okay.
September of 2016, purchased a home through a mortgage company, and after we got the their property disclosure basically, and after we inspected the home, there was a few items that needed repaired. The roof was one of them. There was an agreement in the contract that they would either put a roof on the house or credit the new buyer, which is me, for the value of the estimated value of the roof. And here we are, August of 2017. I'm ready to put a roof on. I was under the impression that the money was at the title company.
Well, let's examine this. Hold on. It sounds like you have a good case. Hold on, Mark, and I'll come back to you, and we'll talk more about the buy and build auction. And also, if you have any questions for our employment attorney from the Olson Law Firm, give us a call. A lot coming up.
Are you taking Viagra for ED?
Well, now you can get sildenafil, the active ingredient in Viagra.
Are you taking Viagra for ED? No, I'm taking it for TOM.
Stupid joke.
I have a question for you. I pay my guys, most of my guys by the hour.
Okay.
And after work, I allow them, if they want to voluntarily stay and build cabinets, I pay them per cabinet.
Number again,
As opposed to by the hour, they end up making way more than they do per hour during hours. But they just claim it as, it's not hours, they claim it as just added income, we still claim it with taxes and all that.
Okay.
But I just want to make sure that I'm not doing anything wrong.
And so long as you're paying them what would be considered an overtime rate,
It's way bigger than 1.5 times.
then you're fine. If you want
Probably
to...
average like 50 bucks an hour.
Oh, that's good money.
But they only work an hour or an hour and a half after work. Build 6 cabinets each and they all leave for 5 cabinets.
Yeah, so the only way you could get tagged with that is if somehow the system you had for their overtime hours was paying them less than a time and a half. If you're paying them more, all the better. You're beating the standard.
Allows me to pay them less during work hours per hour.
The rates act and chain migration.
Yeah, you're okay with that.
And replaces
work
our
faster.
field system.
Well, yeah, probably, yeah.
Part of the deal is you have to clean up after yourself, and it has to be really good. If I come in the morning and I see both cabinets and there's a problem with it,
population should be
I'm going to have a problem with it.
encouraging more
Our
younger
customers
workers to come
don't like building them
for
themselves, and
economic
it's a good
growth.
service to offer them.
Earlier, the President
It's a good way
signed
for my guys
reference
to make
sanctions
extra
law,
money.
which is
Oh, I
a
see. So the
serious
customer buys it
bill.
in the box, and then they just build it for the customer.
20 bucks a month will build each cabinet for you.
Bill
Those
punishes
guys
for its
keep 14
significant
bucks a
cyber
box.
attack and
So if
influence
they make 2
campaign during the
boxes an hour, they're
2016
overtime
presidential
an hour.
election, and limits the president's ability to ease or lift sanctions on Russia without
Especially if it's the same thing, right? Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, the wall cabinets are super easy. The doors are attached to the base frame and used for the sides and the top columns.
The key to success, keep it simple, especially when it comes to hiring. And nobody makes it easier than Indeed.com. Post a job in minutes, set up screener questions, manage your candidates from
Can they do it? Is it faster for 2 guys to work on one, or 1 guy works on his own?
One guy works on his own unless it's like a
sponsored job. And
I always wonder that, is it 2 beforehand better than 2, or
more times than not on a regular cabinet, you're standing each other's way.
Maybe because you have a
There's
tax
hand lots, and it goes
or
pretty
maybe
fast,
because you're
actually.
afraid
Do you
to
still
have
keep
tax
track of their
loss.
time
If you owe back
that they're
taxes,
spending
don't
doing
have
that?
returns.
You might want to
No,
do
food,
that.
interest, and penalties.
Federal
You could
laws,
be putting yourself
if someone ever
under
raises a stink
tax
about it,
defense partners
it's going to,
will
the
work on your
obligation
behalf
falls to
to get
you
the IRS
to know how
off your
much
back.
time they
Call
spend doing
now,
that. It won't be up to them.
800-664-7777.
And if one of them comes back and says, I worked 5 hours, and therefore only paid $5 an hour, federal government's then going to say to you, all right, let's see your records and see what they actually work. And if you don't have them, you're in
today with a high of 87. Tonight mostly cloudy and a low of 58. Tomorrow mostly cloudy and much cooler with a high of 72. Friday mostly sunny and back to a high of 85. Pro-Cast riders have just every day when you use
Can I just do this?
Yeah, just do that, but that doesn't work from head
or online.
It all has to be fair.
U.S. only. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. If you want excellence in roofing, Excel Roofing. They don't hand you a blank contract and expect you to sign over an entire insurance check. They want you to know exactly what's wrong with your roof. So they'll get up there and inspect it free of charge without you signing anything. Then you'll know where you stand when the adjuster and Excel can even help you negotiate the adjuster if you need to. And when you do sign a contract with Excel Roofing, they don't even make you pay a penalty clause if you change your mind.
You say about
they're
stealing
confident they can keep you
or
happy.
adding hours and stuff.
You don't pay a penny until you're happy.
a business needs to get rid of people like that because it's a cancer. When that does it demotivates everybody, because if this one guy hears that this guy is making, he says, well, I work hard, I need to steal to get the, it's not seen on 303-761-6400.
Well, when I fire people for that makes it very
excelroofing.com.
Nothing is more important than your health. I own Everybody's Gallery, and we sell the world's finest fitness equipment. Going on now.
I just can't. Last one, the one that I did have charged the press, that's what I'm out of work.
Everything's on sale. Treadmills, electrical bikes, carry industry best warranty. Run the world's top-rated treadmills for over.
But it's a demotivator, because 90% of the people don't want to do it.
Well, did you call the main office?
Okay, I'll do that.
Of course, 303-996-9000.
Since 1997.
Hey guys, it's Ross Kaminsky, and you know my background is in investing in finance. So I wanted to bring you a suggestion for a financial decision that could be a great thing for you. I'm talking about cutting back your mortgage term or lowering your interest rate. For many homeowners, my friends at American Financing have the best option for you to own your home free and clear in 15 years. That's right. By refinancing to a 15-year fixed-rate mortgage, you can eliminate mortgage insurance, consolidate high-interest debt, and even save tens of thousands of dollars in interest over the long run. Yes, tens of thousands of dollars in overall savings. Because you're borrowing money at a lower rate and for much less time, it can be a much better deal for you. And with a fixed rate, no matter where
enjoyed watching your thing on that guy that tried to do concrete for those people.
Your monthly payments will never increase. It just takes one call.
Mark did a good job on that.
He did a really good job. He didn't get out. Mark did not attack him. He let him just vent. Mark played that smart, because usually Mark gets in people's faces.
Where his son came out of there?
Yeah, he was getting a little huffy and puffy. But yeah, he kept their cool really good. And, like, that guy was just talking in circles. His answers were so bad, so obvious.
Then he brought his phone out and tried to...
Well, then when you see the pictures of the work that guy did for money, it's like, okay, I did what?
Authorized dealer. Because only an authorized maybe a half-hour dealership has the skilled technicians to certify that your pre-owned vehicle.
And he lives in that place. Can you imagine? They hired him. I think they got him off
certified pre-owned vehicles with an
and they pull up to the house in that
with roadside
service.
That's how their experience confidence.
Something's not right here.
Visit the certified pre-owned sales event now through August 31st, and you'll receive 2 years.
So they go to court August 28th. So they find out.
Financial services. That was a good one. That's your authorized.
You should have seen. So the lady, her husband didn't come. I think he was a little didn't want to get involved, so she came and gave us the stuff. And it's very cute.
This is a Troubleshooter show.
And she had a friend come from work, because they can't be in the air.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe where we are fighting for you, trying to make your life a little easier, getting directly involved. No media does that. We call it media with a purpose. No fake news here, no fake help here, real help for real people all the time. No politics, no religion, just help. Not that I have anything against either of those things, but this is not the venue. We only talk about stuff as it relates to consumer stuff. So, there is one thing I'd like to ask, and I mean this not in a political way. I truly want to understand. I want to understand. So, what we do on this show is discuss things that affect us all, right? We solve problems. If you read all about our show and me and all that, okay? Of course, you're going to see a lot of truth, a lot of lies, but it doesn't matter. You'll get an overall picture of the almost 40 years of me in Denver. Now, illegal immigration. Does it hurt us? And how? Does it? Does it really hurt you? I'm talking to you right now. Does it hurt you? I'm not talking about, oh, it's a big problem. Now, I don't advocate for anything illegal, okay? But there is right now a move afloat to make illegal immigration a non-problem, a non-issue. In Denver, they are proud that the mayor is taking steps to make it more difficult to connect illegal immigrants with ICE, and around the country, cities are accepting illegal immigrants under a sanctuary banner. So here's the deal. I'm not talking for or against anything. But I would say the logical thing is, if they have their way, and I say they, the people who are advocating for illegal immigrants and immigrants in general, but especially illegal immigrants, because regular immigrants, there's nothing to advocate for. They're just Americans, right? I mean, so here's what I'm at, or visitors. Here's what I'm asking. And I want to understand, because I'm neither Democrat or Republican. I ask Republicans the same hard questions in different issues. So I ask you, as a Democrat or a progressive, should we just do away with immigration laws? I need to know where the party stands. Are you advocating that, I mean, if you don't want to prosecute and you don't want to send people back, okay, I understand. So are you saying that we should have no illegal immigration, that we should have open borders? Because I know you're against the wall, and that's a stupid idea anyway, but I think symbolically and economically it's stupid, but I want to know, do you believe we should simply open our borders? And if so, which borders and for which people? Do you believe it? I think they do. And I say they because they're not me, neither are Republicans. I'm not claiming any of you. But I will ask, do you believe illegal immigration is hurting us directly? Can you point to anything at all where illegal immigration is hurting you? I need to know. I'd like to know. This is a consumer show. Now, on insurance, I have an expert from Compass Insurance Group, our partners in insurance, home of the famous insurance checkup, for this question. This guy, Mark, buys a new house, or, wait, no, I'm sorry, it's the wrong one, right? Where's the one with the insurance? There he is, Don. I'm sorry. Don, you refinanced or you moved or something. You wanted to change insurance companies in January. Is that right?
Yes, I did.
And was it a refinance?
No. Okay. Nothing changed on the financial, on the
Okay. And so you wanted to change insurance, and Allstate kept taking money out of your... Oh, he just left. I'll ask Jeremy. So for some reason, all of my phones are disconnecting. Okay, Jeremy, I'm just going to ask you straight up. Allstate kept taking money out of his escrow, even though he changed and he can show proof of coverage to another company. Even though he can show proof of coverage from another company from January on, Allstate, despite the fact he canceled, continued taking money out of his account, and they refused to give it back. Now, that doesn't sound right to me. What if, what reason would they have to keep that money?
Yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, what typically happens when you switch insurance companies, the paperwork doesn't get processed correctly, and the bank has the wrong insurance company.
But both were being paid. Do you understand?
Oh, both were being paid. I didn't hear. Okay, so in that case, it sounds suspicious.
I believe both were being paid. Unfortunately, he got disconnected. I hope he's listening. Oh, he's good. He's back on. So, Don, were both companies being paid from January on?
Yes.
And so, Jeremy, isn't it clear that if he had coverage, Allstate cannot charge him? Don, did you find the letter?
I have the letter, yes.
What did they say?
Let me tell you what I did in January. I called the agent up and complained. Prior to January, I called the agent and complained about the increase. I have multiple properties, and I've seen an increase across the board, which some of them were reasonable, but this one particular property...
By the way, you should take no increases without doing a complete insurance checkup. That's a whole different story. Go ahead.
Okay. Anyway, I complained about one of the properties. So I called the agent. One of the people who was employed at the agency, I told him I'm going to cancel. I'm moving into another company. I went to State Farm. They gave me comparable rates, so I said, okay, I'm going to change.
Okay, so, by the way, I hate to tell you this, but you picked one of the worst companies in the world, State Farm. But okay, keep going.
Anyway, I changed companies and went...
And you're sad, so you're still overpaying, but not as much. So then what?
Okay. Allstate went ahead and took money from two mortgage companies for the escrow money. for their insurance.
What do you mean 2?
I have more than one property.
Okay, so they took from 2. Were they insuring both or any of them?
They took the insurance from one, let's say property A. They took insurance money from property B. I contacted them.
Were they insuring either of those properties?
Well, they said I had coverage.
Okay, I'm asking you, did you cancel both of those policies or all of your policies?
I canceled all of the policies with Allstate.
Gotcha. But they were still taking out for 2. Did you have more than 2 that you canceled?
Yes, I did.
And they stopped taking out all the rest, but not those 2?
Well, no, what happened was the other banks did not pay them.
Good.
And they notified me saying what's going on, and I said, I sent you a letter.
All right, then I would say that's a good point now. Now I'm going to tell you something. I think your lender is just as responsible, or the bank as you call it, as the insurance company. They're both responsible to you, because that bank should have seen that 2 insurance checks were being written.
I agree with that, and that's the thing in the terminology that Allstate's taking the money is kind of off. They're sending a bill. It's the bank's responsibility to pay it or not pay it and know what their borrower
But
is
at the
doing.
same time, Allstate, you never had a claim. I don't think Allstate lost in this transaction. They should refund the money, and I would go to the insurance commissioner.
I already
Absolutely.
did. I sent, you know, if you have a fax or an email,
okay, I do.
I can send you.
We do have an
all of the
email. But
Yeah,
what did the insurance commission say to you?
They were going to investigate, and they were going to contact Allstate.
How much money? How much money? I'm going to tell you, this is a ploy Mark Major did, and it worked, and I was astounded. Tell me how much money is involved.
At least $2,000 to $3,000.
Here's what's great. You can literally go to small claims court and sue Allstate. Now, they're going to say, you can't sue me, you can't, or your agent. You got to pick somebody you can sue in small claims court, or more than one. You file a small claim, and even if they move it to a higher court, it doesn't matter. Don, I think you have irrefutable proof that you did not intend to have double coverage. The fact that Allstate did not get paid on the other properties and this lender paid both places, I would take Allstate to small claims court. I don't care what you say, you would win. If we call them, they won't do anything. They're the lousiest company in the world. And Don, I promise you, I'm not trying to give you a hard time, but how you went to State Farm, I have no idea. I will guarantee you right now, I would make you a friendly bet right now, a $50 bet right now, that if you called Compass right now with all your properties, they will save you far and beyond what you're paying to State Farm right now, because State Farm, Allstate, Farmers, Fred Loya, and American Family are the 5 worst companies you can have. The worst.
I wish I would have spoke to you.
Well, again, it doesn't cost you a dime to switch. That's another fallacy. You can switch. It does not cost you a dime. You're not.
You should be able to switch anytime you choose to, yes?
Yes, anytime. So if you called Compass, right? Listen, I don't make a dime off this. I'm telling you, I don't.
No, I know.
Okay, they're on the referral list.
Number?
They're 303-996-9000. You talk to Jeremy, and just say for the heck of it, you get your declarations page. If he can look up your coverage, I can tell you that with assurance that you're going to save money. And if not, hey, $50. I want you to come in, be a common man. I'll buy you lunch or pay you $50. I want to know if I'm telling you the truth or not. I know I am, because you went from Allstate. I know you were going to save with them. But that State Farm right now, no way. No way are you getting great rates. No way. Just no way. And if you're a State Farm agent and you dispute what I say, instead of writing me an email, I have a challenge for you. A challenge. Let me pick 3 customers at random and compare. There. I'm telling you, I'm making a statement right here and now. State Farm will not give you great rates. And if you're a State Farm captive agent right now, I want you, if you challenge me, to let me pick 3 customers at random, and we will do some comparing. How about that? I'm Tom Martino. We got a lot to talk about. The roller auction is going on right now. RollerAuction.com. Look for buy and build. We also have some questions for our employment attorney, Sean Olson, Olson Law Firm. And I want to tell you about something very sensitive, and that is rehabilitation when it comes to drugs. No matter where you're listening, from all over the country, we have a big national audience. We have people in Colorado Springs. No matter where you're listening from, when it comes to drug rehabilitation, the hardest thing is talking to the addict. They have a line open with specialists on how to talk to addicts about rehabilitation, about what they can do for you to help that addict get to a meeting or get to a family intervention, or just to talk to them individually, depending on the circumstance. The RaleighHouse.com is in the Denver metro area with several locations. They have a caring, loving staff. They do medical treatment along with behavioral treatment. And I'm telling you, I checked them out. Call them with any questions you have, including how to talk to your addict. And if you are an addict and you've reached the end, you don't want to do it anymore, give them a call. 720-893-5559. 720-893-5559. TheRaleighHouse.com.
Earlier crash northbound I-25 at the off-ramp from Hamden. That's been cleared out of the way. They made quick work of that. Northbound I-25 at 225. Secondary crash has traffic backed up to Arapahoe. Off-highway, an auto pedestrian accident under investigation. This is southbound Sheridan at Jewel. Watch out for delays there. With the forecast, 100% chance of afternoon thunderstorms today. The high here 87 tonight.
And they got to take it all over hours.
Tomorrow, much cooler. Showers, the high only 71. Right now, 3 clouds and 78. Southwest 19 flatters. 630 K-House.
Good news for folks who love fried chicken. KFC's original recipe, fried chicken, has been and always will be delicious. Get it for fire chips, $5 fill-up. KFC, it's still really good.
Denver's Top Station, 630 K-How. Take AIM, affordable interest mortgage.
You guys don't do stuff like insulation, that kind of building materials.
Need access to your equity for cash out to pay off debt.
Yeah, we
long-needed
interior finished material, and we don't do install.
Take advantage of AIM's The All About You event.
Oh, you do?
You'll receive a $300 gift card for any closed loan.
It's not really do it yourself.
No, but there's plenty of people that
cash.
I guess grant people that they can come and buy it from you.
Call 720-895-0500. If you are tired of paying mortgage insurance, stop. Loans to 95% loan to value with no MI. Looking at buying that new home? Paperless loan approvals with low rates to 97% loan to value and quick closes. Take AIM 720-895-0500.
Every session
More Coloradans every day choose AIM for the mortgage needs.
Really?
You come first. Call now. Take advantage of the All About You event. $300 now and the opportunity for another $1,000. Call for details. 720-895-0500. Regulated by DOOR and MLS 298-191. Equal credit lender.
All these installers now
with your help. I am the owner of Fitness Gals. We sell the world's finest fitness equipment.
Is that really? Is that an art?
Everything's on sale.
We went over the Rangers. We are we believe that the standard stuff anybody can learn how to do, but like you guys are here that can do the
straight equipment carries a lifetime warranty on all parts. In Denver on 58th Ave and I-25.
Sometimes wear like a little cheaper sometimes nothing. They come up and their face is like white from dust.
Or planning for retirement? Retirees have lots of financial questions and need to make lots of decisions. You want to get them right. Hi, I'm Linda Gardner,
advertise flex dance, but
retirement every Saturday at 6:30 K-House. You're invited to attend my free retirement
because
class.
you gotta have the eye, be able to see it, and my brother-in-law does it back in Minnesota.
If you saved a
so
lot for
I swear,
retirement, taxes
I
can
took
be
my
your
car
largest
and
expense.
you
What can
absolutely
you do
cannot
to reduce
see
your taxes?
one day.
And the second class,
And then you get other people that are just,
so you
do
don't
it and stuff,
outlive your
and
money.
look at it.
In these classes, I'll share important
But it really
concepts
is.
and questions
The sale that
to
came through
consider
this summer
to
really
make the
got a
right
lot of
decisions for your financial future. See Sarah
We had a couple of
Enroll
that
now.
people will come and
I'll
do
see
it.
you on Saturday morning, August 12th. For more
You gotta really
information,
get
go
a
to
guy.
registercolorado.com.
There's many things like that that,
registercolorado.com.
building cabins, yeah,
or
you
call
build them, it's not really hard.
720-488-8600.
But other things,
That's
I'll tell you the hard part about,
720-488-8600.
I can barely take out a shirt and off my pants at home, so the people come in like, does this brand look good to this camera? And I'm like, well, if you think it does, I don't really want to tell you if it does or not, because I really am not good at that.
Sure.
My mom can like be like, that sink with that that granite on that cabinet from all the way across the room, and you put it together like, looks good. She's an artist, and I guess knows how to put colors together, but yeah, it's pretty amazing. That's the hardest part for me, is when customers ask advice on what colors to pick and stuff.
Replace your damaged
unless it's there,
resistant roofing product on the
Unless
market.
it's a property they're selling.
Make sure to ask your contractor about a $500 rebate now with DaVinci Roofscapes. DaVinciRoofscapes.com.
So, Courtney, streaming deal probably in 2 weeks. We'll start it.
Oh,
I'm going to be, and again, trust me, I will take it anyway. I'll pay. I have,
Need a new roof?
if you don't want to do digital, I would apply it to your regular stuff. No matter what you want to do, you will never lose a dime. I want this to be fair to you. But I'm doing my bathroom now, and I have a couple people I'm going to have bid it. And in the bathroom, I'll need floor tile and shower fixtures. And do you have shower bases already built? No? Okay, no. But you probably have most of the stuff for a bathroom. A base cabinet, a little granite top.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. I'll have them all there. What's that here?
We were burning on the edge of something beautiful.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome. Okay, so what are some of the best deals you're seeing? It starts closing at noon, so if you want to get in and bid, you can. It's going to go on to all afternoon, but items start closing 3 at a time, and it's at rollerauction.com. Go to buy and build. Their auction, they're here in Denver, and you can bid on stuff that these guys have there. What are some of the great deals right now people should get in on?
Well, right now there's a lot of flooring that's doing, still really low. 10 cents a foot on tile,
10 cents a foot. Normally, what would it be?
$1.50, $2.
Okay, and so what are some other, like cabinets?
Cabinets right now, there's full sets of kitchen cabinets that...
How much?
$1,500, and we're talking about...
No, we're talking about good cabinets, though.
Yeah, and you're talking about a 17-piece set. There's one at 17 pieces for $1,250 right now.
People, think about that. And when I love the cabinets. The cabinets, you have really good cabinets. Now, you have some lower price ones, too, right?
Yeah,
do you have what? Do you have cheap, not cheap, what do you call it? Like the economy line?
Builder's grade kind of thing, absolutely.
Are the ones going for $1,200, are they builder grade?
They are, actually. The ones going for $1,200, that Novello shaker, it is a good color, but it's just a standard drawer glide and a standard hinge, whereas...
But what are the upgrade ones like I have?
We have a soft close drawer glide and a soft close hinge, but really the box is still all solid wood, plywood sides.
Do you have any of the upper ones, too, on the auction?
We sure do. The first...
what are they going for?
There's one sitting at $2,000 and one sitting at $1,500
for a set.
Yeah, the signature pearl set sitting at $1,500, and those cabinets go for $250 per box usually.
God, that is unbelievable. And by the way, the prices are extraordinary. You compare cabinets. So anyway, go on there and start bidding. Let me know if you get a great deal as they start closing. Okay, now let's. We have people who want to recommend Matt car transportation. Somebody called about it, and I'm so happy we're getting great recommendations. What's another one, Matt?
Oh, hey Tom.
Yeah, who do you recommend?
Hey, well, I really don't. I just.
Oh.
I'm trying to figure out. Does she have 4 cars, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Why doesn't she just have people driving down there and they can all caravan down there?
Well, if she knows people, that's one thing. But I don't like the drive-away services where you hire people.
But if you've got friends or if you've got people that you know,
that's true. I mean, it's a great idea.
You could drive them down there for a couple $100 and then buy a round of golf or a day at the spa or something, and then fly them back.
You could probably do that cheaper. Probably do that cheaper than a transport, couldn't you?
Absolutely. She's looking at least $3,000-4,000 to transport these cars down there.
So if she has 4 times, or if she 4 times 125 for plane tickets, that's $500.
It's Phoenix. We're not talking New York here. You know?
$500 plus gas would be about
2 for 6, 800 in gas and expenses.
800.
Or whatever.
So now we're looking at $1,300 for 4 cars, and you put them up a day. You're talking about $2 grand, 4 cars. I don't know. That might be though the price for a transport, $500 each. I don't know. I mean,
but it's time I transported cars.
No, but Matt, it's a great idea. It really is. Bob, what's going on in your life, Bob?
Hi, Tom.
Hey.
My grandfather's gotten into some credit card debt, and he's having some issues with. He's in his 90s. He's paying bills with them, and so he has a reverse mortgage, and he's on Social Security, and so we're just trying to get some ideas on how to kind of help
let's
him
talk
out.
about it, okay? His reverse mortgage, is it tapped out, or does he get a check every month?
So we're looking into it right now. We believe I think it's tapped out. My mom thinks that he has some left in it, just based on what the house is worth. They said it was that the reverse mortgage could be up to $320,000, and he's borrowed $240,000. And I think the house is probably worth $350,000.
Okay, well, hold on then. If he hasn't tapped out his reverse loan, that's the first place you go.
So,
I mean, because he doesn't have to pay it back. I mean, you know, and he's 91 or in his 90s. You know, well, why wouldn't you not do that? A bankruptcy, I'm afraid, I don't know if it affects a reverse mortgage or not. I'm not sure. Is Joan Sullivan around, Daff? She's not around, is she? Or
I'll give her a call. We'll see.
303-771-3528, or you may have her cell phone, of course. Ask her. I mean, I don't think a bankruptcy, I don't think it affects a reverse mortgage, but here's the deal. A bankruptcy won't hurt him in his 90s. You could do a bankruptcy. But what is he living on if he doesn't have credit cards? Because if he's only going to charge them up again, he's not going to be able to. They're going to be taken away.
So he has enough Social Security to live on him, and we're trying to get him to get VA benefits because he's a veteran. He actually lost eyesight in one of his eyes from when he was in the Army. But
he sounds stubborn.
He's so proud, and he's so proud that he doesn't want to take help. But
listen, approvalreverse.com. Well, you don't want that. You want her phone number. But I'm telling you, Joan can answer any questions about the reverse. She'll look it up and help you, even if she didn't do it for you. Joan Sullivan is great in the reverse mortgage territory. But I'm thinking that what if he just stopped paying on credit cards right now? What if he just stopped paying? What would happen? Nothing. Nothing.
Right.
I mean, if he just stopped paying. And, okay, now you want to clean him up? If they come after him and they start threatening a judgment, does he have anything they can take?
Can they take his house? So the only thing would be his Social Security in his house, which is under...
They can't take Social Security. They can't garnish Social Security. And they can't take his house because it has a reverse loan on it. Hold on a second. Is she there? Okay, hold on.
Yes, line 7.
Joan Sullivan, approvalreverse.com. Joan, in a reverse loan, if you're in your 90s and it's all... and we're not sure if it's loaned up or not. Maybe you can find out for them. He has a lot of credit card debt. If he goes bankrupt, will it affect the reverse mortgage at all?
If he has a line of credit, then they could potentially freeze the line of credit until the bankruptcy is resolved, because there could be something in that bankruptcy that could take a first lien position. But
wait a minute. Wait. What could take a first lien over a reverse mortgage?
There could be something in the bankruptcy.
Like
so
what?
If there's IRS.
That's the only thing. There is nothing else that can step in front of a lender.
So IRS, of course, mechanics liens.
Okay, hold on. Yes. Mechanics liens do not step ahead of a loan. They go behind a loan. The only thing that goes before a loan is the IRS or an HOA.
HOA, yeah, that would be one that would too.
It's the only one. The IRS and the HOA. So does he have any HOA dues?
He does not.
Does he have any IRS bills?
No, it's just credit card.
So if he goes bankrupt, do they call the note due? That's what I'm asking.
The answer is no.
Good. And that's what we want to know, because really, if he does a bankruptcy, he'll get rid of all of his cards. But I'm saying in his 90s, if he doesn't do a bankruptcy, this is what I wanted to ask Joan. We know that they're not going to come after Social Security. They can't. But, Joan, does the reverse loan put on more of a lien than he actually took?
It appears that it does. Because
Good.
There are 2 notes and 2 deeds of trust. One note's to the lender. The second note is to HUD.
So in other words, he probably doesn't have enough equity for people to come after when you add the homestead exemption on top of it. And especially in his 90s. What's the homestead exemption? Do you remember, Joan? Is it like 90, I think, at that age? Or I don't know. It's something. It's a lot of money.
I don't remember, what it is exactly.
So how much is the reverse loan? Do you know, Bob?
So he's used 240 of it, and it says that my mom thinks it says he could take up to $320,000, but the home is only worth like $340,000.
Yeah. So here's the deal. You're fine as far as the reverse loan goes, okay? By the way, Joan Sullivan, if you ever have any questions, 303-771-3528, 771-3528, approvalreverse.com. Now, Bob, as far as your dad, he doesn't have to do a bankruptcy. He can just stop paying. There's nothing they can take from him. Does he have cash in the bank?
No.
Bob, there's nothing they can take. Evaluate that. Again, at the risk of just reading my referral list over and over, I got to tell you, how about Wink and Wink? If you call them, they can talk to you too. They may tell you there is no reason to file a bankruptcy. They're honest. Winkandwink.com. So I gave you 3 contacts I want you to contact, Bob. Now, Wink and Wink, 303-410-1720. 303-410-1720. That's a husband and wife team, Mike and Gigi, and they'll answer your questions. And look, if it's not a good fit, they're going to tell you. Winkandwink.com.
Our 2017 iHeartRadio Music Festival, hosted by Ryan Seacrest.
Okay, here it is.
Over 20 of the greatest performers on the planet, September 22nd and 23rd at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Reason to win your trip starting Monday.
Tom, line 7 locked. Can you see? I'm not sure what happened.
Yeah, it's not coming up.
Okay, let me try it on
Listen,
this
those tickets, if you can find out later.
After. Don't worry. I have an X on my hand to remind me. I will go and ask the guy in charge.
There's just a screen.
And guarantee the cost of repairs, or you pay nothing. You can't.
Nobody called in on immigration? I would have thought that would have been a hot topic.
No. Well, I don't have a political audience.
For the best deals on wood-look waterproof floors and more.
Here's my phone.
Oh, for kids, little boys' room there?
Yeah.
Oh, there are actually cars on there.
Yeah, that's like.
I thought that when I looked at it, I thought it was just painted.
What is today? Is today Wednesday?
Yes.
Yes. It's probably a nightmare sort of balancing it properly, though. But they're pretty cool.
I know. When I first looked at it, I thought they were just painted on there and stuff. But they're actually colors.
And they hang upside down, so you can see them. It's pretty neat. I put that in my basement.
Like Church Treadmill, bikes, and electricals consistently rated the best in the industry. Among Runner's World's top rated.
You never know which item is going to be one of those fun ones that
Two
people really like to.
For 46 years, carries a
When we started
lifetime
working
warranty on all
out,
parts.
especially like that.
We had a vessel sink one time that I thought was getting commercial and just sort of like
products. At Fitness
Yeah,
Gallery,
like warp drive and had
we've been providing the highest quality
numbers of like Star Trek combined.
You see how it works? That that's the most valuable market.
When I was looking at it, I looked like kind of a cool one on the picture, but I didn't see the warp drive and stuff.
Because there's spot. It's like
People were
it's
like,
not
we've
even-
already got people engaged.
Not even
Get a Trekkie.
So we started bringing one at a time to the job. She probably sold out.
University at C4 Check
That's right.
fitnessgallery.com. Fitness Gallery, getting Colorado in shape since
Those fluorescent LEDs.
When it comes to your water supply in your home, there are so many things that you need to know about. First of all, you want to make sure that it's healthy. And almost all water is a bit unhealthy. Even with government standards, you still have trace amounts of medications, sediment, metals, and other materials. So filtration, in my opinion, is a must in all homes. And that's why I took on Pure Water Choices as a client. This industry is riddled with liars and rip-offs.
Look at lot
I wanted
number,
someone who was pure Water Choices. We have a master plumber,
325.
and he knows
It's on
water, and
page
he knows
7.
the systems that can filter your water without a lot of hocus pocus. And they have all kinds of choices. But the important thing is that they're honest choices at purewaterchoices.com. 720-219-7818. 720-219-7818.
Is this summer finally going to be the one that you use your timeshare again? Or will it be yet another year that you missed the boat in booking, that all the places you wanted to go were already reserved? It's time to call Timeshare Exit Team, the most trusted name in the industry. This year alone, they will save their customers millions in maintenance fees. Let them save you some money.
You know what? Contractor team came through for us, didn't they?
Did they come back?
They took care of, no, I meant they took care of all the consumer problems we had.
They did?
Uh-huh. I'm so proud of them. Yep. They took care of every one of them.
But some of them, they had to pay like 2 years.
I know, but you know what? They fell through the cracks, and these guys did it for no fee.
Wow.
Everyone that fell through the cracks, they took care of for us. You cannot fault them for that. I love when my companies... By the way, you were a shooter, right, Don?
Yeah.
Stephanie, my wife, was an anchorwoman in Channel 4. You might have run into her.
Was Stephanie Ricks? I didn't know you got... I thought she looked familiar, but I couldn't place it. We probably did run into each other.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
But
another time.
We, I think she's quit. She's doing stuff for CBS.
Does she not working there anymore?
Not for Channel 4. She works for CBS National on a part-time contract.
Got it.
And also CBN.
All right.
I wouldn't have anyone else.
Here's the question I got for you guys. So, roof got damaged in that hailstorm in May. Insurance adjuster came out. So I started working with a contractor with Premier Roofing.
Did you get them on my list?
No toxins. 303-471.
I don't know that I did.
They're good because I'm telling you,
are they good?
The roofing, we have the best. I'm going to look and see if they're on there.
All right.
And strike a chord. It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean a bad. But anyway,
all right. So either way, so insurance adjuster comes out, says, yeah, you've got damage on 4 of the slopes, but not the 5th slope.
Okay, I'm gonna help. Okay, I know exactly what to do. Without even saying it. Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. Sean Olson, the Olson Law Firm. Okay, we talked about salary or not, age discrimination, unemployment benefits in a general way. Now I'm getting some specific questions via email, so here's one. How do you know when you can pay someone's salary? He says overtime's eating him alive. When can you convert someone to salary? When can I say, look, Dan, Deputy Dan, you work all the time. Sometimes you work a little, sometimes you work a lot. I just want to pay you flat. How do I do it?
Well, any employer has the opportunity to pay an employee a salary rather than a set hourly rate. The problems come about when that employee starts working beyond 40 hours during a work week. That's the limitation that the law puts on.
But not with salary. You can do salary without overtime.
You can if that employee who's getting a salary is also an exempt employee.
Okay, what makes someone exempt? And when we say exempt, it means exempt from overtime.
Correct.
What makes someone exempt? That's a good question.
There's a lot of things that can make someone exempt. Most of the time, it's when someone's in a managerial position, where someone's in a learned profession, like a doctor or a lawyer or something to that effect, where some vast amount of education is required. And sometimes just being a highly paid employee can put you into that category if you're making over $100,000 a year, for example.
Okay, so highly paid or managerial.
Correct. And there are a number of other sorts of things. Truck drivers, for example, is one exception carved into the law. Truck drivers who drive interstate commerce, they're not entitled to overtime. They're considered exempt employees. So it's really a matter of looking at someone's duties, what you're asking them to do on a regular basis, and determining if those duties make them an exempt employee. If they're not, you've still got to pay them overtime if they work more than 40 hours.
Okay, then, what is overtime? Is it over 8 hours in a day or 40 hours in a week?
Under federal law...
That's a question we get all the time.
Under federal law, it's over 40 hours a week. Under Colorado law, it's 40 hours in a week or 12 hours in a day.
40 or 12.
And you have to make the combination of those two things as well.
You have to have both.
Correct.
Wait a minute. Okay. Okay, I get it. So if you don't work one day and work 12 on the other,
right,
or 16 on the other, you don't have a couple hours of overtime because you didn't reach the 40.
Correct.
Oh, that's pretty easy to understand. So if you have any questions, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Let's keep going here, okay? People have been waiting a long time, like Mark. Okay, Mark, go ahead, Mark. What's going on?
Yeah, so let me think of where I left off. So I purchased a home in September of last year, 2016.
Right.
And in the contract, we made the sellers agree to either credit us the value of the roof or to put a roof on it.
Now it's August or now it's August, and you're ready to put a roof on. So the money is not in escrow.
Well, I guess I was mistaken because I called the title company, and I thought, by my agent, I was told that it was in an escrow account waiting to be applied to a roof.
It can be either or. It can be an escrow or it can be just a promise.
Yeah, so it sounds like it was a promise, and it was actually a contractual statement.
And who is the seller? A lender.
The lender is, the title company is First American Title.
No, you said the lender is the seller, right?
No. The previous owner was the seller, just the previous homeowner. And I went through, I got a mortgage on the home, I think is what.
Okay, I thought you said that you bought it from a mortgage company. Okay, so you bought it from an individual, and this individual promised you the roof.
Yes.
Okay.
Either a roof or a credit.
By the way, for everyone listening, this is just a side note, because the show's all about education. If you get to a situation where an improvement has to be made to a home before closing or as a condition of sale, never, ever, 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 ever let the seller do it, ever. Okay? No one is going to have the care, no one's going to care as much as you, and no one's going to care as less as a seller getting out of a house. Don't ever do that. Anyone listening, if something needs to be done to the house, don't demand that it be done. Go out and get estimates from 3 people. Make a decision who you want to go with, and based on that price, have the money put in escrow for you, or simply, better yet, I wouldn't even put it in escrow. Why? Because if it's a done deal, just credit you the money. What this escrow thing is ridiculous. It's none of their business whether or not you buy it, but if it detracts from the value and you want it, it's like escrow says, now, we're not going to give it to you unless you do the work you promised. Forget it. You don't own the house anymore. So everyone listening, when you have things that need to be done to your home, get a price, get a credit, and forget about it. What Mark did was all wrong. He waited for, he thought he had a escrow. He doesn't. So now you can go directly after the seller. Now, by the way, did the agreement promise to put money in escrow? What did the agreement say?
It said that the seller would put a roof on the house or credit the buyer.
It doesn't.
The value
Okay. Did they credit you?
No. So
on your closing docs, there's no credit?
No.
Well, you closed. Guess what?
Yeah.
You closed.
So here's what happened. I called the title company because I think that it's in an account.
Well, Mark, they could interpret this as you accepted conditions as they were, which was a 0 credit. And the roof wasn't put on. Obviously, you knew that. You knew the roof wasn't put on, so therefore you were expecting a credit. You looked at the buyer's settlement agreement.
Right. So here's the deal. It's further than that now. So the title company issued the check to the roofing company that did the only single one roofing company that did the estimate for the seller. They cashed the check after closing and have yet to contact me or attempt to do work or any of the sort. That's where my problem is. They got a check, and what happened? They cashed it, and I called the woman that owns the company, or an assistant or something.
So what? They cashed it, so they got paid. The roofing company got paid.
Yep. And they didn't try to do. They haven't contacted me or
they got paid before the roof.
I don't have a roof put on. Yeah, that's
Mark.
the whole thing.
Why did you submit? Well, how did the check get written to a company that did not do a roof? Who gave him the name of the company?
The company that did the estimate for the roof was the company that got paid from the title company at closing. Nobody else. I didn't get to choose the roofing company that did estimates. I didn't get any say in that. And then at closing, they issued them a check, and they cashed the check, and it's been 11 months.
Well, guess what? They owe you a roof. That's Quantum Marriott. They got paid. They owe you a roof. They can't. What are they going to say? Somebody wanted to give them a gift? They showed up at closing for a gift. What are they going to say when you call the roofing company? What do they say?
They say they can't refund the money to anybody except the previous owner of the home, because that's who they were under contract with.
Well, hold on. Are they willing to do the roof?
They are willing to do
Then have them do the roof, Mark.
Okay. Well,
have them do the roof. Now listen. Hold on. I kind of agree with them. They signed a contract with that guy and took the money. They can't refund that money to you.
Yeah.
I agree with them. They got caught in the middle. So now you have to have them do the roof. Now, if they said you couldn't have the money and you're not going to get the roof, oh my goodness, I'd be out all over that.
Yeah. But would you do business with a roofing company that practices those?
Practices what? They took money. Hold on. They took money, and no one ever called them to put a roof on. That seller never told you. Did the seller ever tell you they paid a roofer?
No, but it says in the contract that the roofing company would contact the buyer to schedule a time to perform the work.
How do you know that the roofing company did not contact the title company or the seller to say who bought the house, how can we get a hold of them?
She said that she attempted to send a letter to the seller who they sent it to my address, to the seller, so of course it's going to get forwarded.
Mark, I don't fault the roofer. You're looking for an excuse not to use them. Now, are these ideal conditions for selecting a roofer? No. But you know what? You're just as much wrong as everyone in this party. You're not, faultless here. You had done such a screwed up deal on this. If that roofer is willing to do the roof, why would you make a conflict over that? Why?
Maybe I'd like to say they don't have. I didn't choose what type of shingles
you weren't, Mark, you weren't going to do that anyway. You were not going to do that anyway because it said either the seller put on a roof or give you the credit. The seller, it didn't say the seller had to consult you about the roof.
Right.
I mean, okay. Mark, you broke this agreement you agreed to is screwed up, and now you're pissed off about it. I get you, but if that roofing company is willing to put on a roof, I want to know how you're going to demand a refund, especially when you're not the one that paid the money. You're not going to. You're not going to. You would lose. So can I, have you checked out the roofing company? Are they good? Are they bad? Who are they?
Do you want to know their name?
Yeah.
Is that what you're asking?
They didn't do anything wrong. Who are they?
AAA out of Longmont.
Okay. Now, did you check him out?
I haven't checked them out. No, I made a phone call to kind of ask the lady where the funds were and what their stance on it was.
Did you start making threats or anything? Do you have bad blood already?
Nope.
Okay, good. You're asking my opinion, Mark. I'm telling you, have them do the roof. They didn't do anything wrong in this equation. You did something wrong. The seller did something wrong. Your agents didn't talk to you. Everyone's screwed up here. They didn't screw up.
Aren't they?
That's an awful big.
The only thing they didn't do was call to schedule it.
They attempted to write to the seller.
If he needs the roof done, he needs to call them and say, okay, you can do it next week.
Why did he wait a year? Why did he wait a year?
That's an awful big.
By the way, pre-roof has a list. I think it sounds to me like it's a roof trolley that's leaking and you want some gas in this.
Yeah, and wait for the next hailstorm, and then
turn the insurance.
Yep. I'll bet you that's what it is, because it's probably got 15, 18 grand sitting out there.
They totaled my mom's car with that hailstorm. Really? She owed $8,500 on it, or whatever. They paid it off. Save 5% on it. She gave them a little bit. She had to keep it. I don't care. She got flowers all on the side of her car. It's this little lime green thing. She's an artist, right? So it's just made it look like a line.
Starts filling in the dents with a little flower.
The big ones, I'll just put a flower over.
See, that was bad.
It's an electric car.
Yeah, I've seen those.
Acoustic too. This one's actually really nice for $60 with the case. It's a nice guitar. You guys look at it?
It's auction.
Oh, what's the website? It's rollerauction.com.
Roller auction. That saxophone was a tenor.
Hi, I'm Donnie, owner of Fitness Gallery.
We bought a whole. We actually got 2 truckloads worth of So some of it's perfect, and some of it's slightly used, and some of it.
So I go there, you'll have it?
Yeah, no, we don't. It's not part of the shop that you'll see just walking around, but I'm happy to go down there. That's fine.
I used to play tenor sax.
For over 20 years, we've been providing
around and see
quality tools that we can buy during our floor model clearance sale going on now.
They threw some stuff for the
40% off the lowest prices nationwide. Now is the time to.
Alright, so what do I do once I get to that site? So, scroll down to the buy and build option, and then there's a little button on the right-hand side that says internet only option. That's right here.
Yeah. South the Grizzly Rose or Highlands Ranch in the Promenade Shopping Center.
So right there, click on.
Check it out.
Oh, I
Did
see.
he leave again? He hasn't even finished one bottle of water.
What are you saying?
All you can eat crab legs. We've got them all and much more at a limited time only. Special lower prices for a hot summer meal deal at the Farmer's Pig Buffet at Island Hotel Black.
I don't know who
You
does
don't
it.
want to miss the best dining value in Black Hawk for brunch, lunch, or dinner this weekend.
Did you ever see the one where he got on and oh shit from Bentley back? Oh, was that a firestorm?
I don't think I saw that one. It is funny when
One of the most exciting developments in modern medicine.
he does really good for me when I'm right, but if I'm wrong,
What's exciting about it?
it's he's fair about it. And
The Bentley bathwater.
Okay, did you get a settlement already? I mean, did they offer you a price?
So it wasn't even offered. The adjuster came out, went back out to his car, cut a check, and brought it in.
How much?
$9,000.
Okay, now, take that 9,000, it's yours.
Okay.
Now you call Freddie, our public adjuster,
Okay.
have him come on. He will fight and get whatever you need in addition to that, and take 20%. It will have, no matter what, I've never had a case, he doesn't take anything from the money that you already got. I've never seen a case where he can't more than make up for that 20% and get you more.
Oh, really?
No two ways about it, right, Dan?
Yeah.
Guys never failed.
All right.
What? We sent them out on a woman whose roofer took off with the money, right?
Right.
She had a bid. She spent the money. Freddie went out and doubled the claim and was able to get her the money.
Really?
She wasn't even expecting it anyway. And the insurance adjusters will never find or disclose all damage.
Yeah, imagine that, right?
So never,
Yeah.
they will never do it.
What's this guy's name?
I'll give them the name and number.
Colorado.
Tell him that you work with us directly on the referral list as
Okay.
my expert.
All right.
Just tell him, Tom told me I can use you, and tell him you need it, and tell him about the slope they denied. And
Okay.
Just ask him.
All right.
You want to come back to my place for a cup of coffee?
And we had I was hoping this guy would call in today, but he used an adjuster. It wasn't very good.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713 Talk 713-8255. Brandon, what's happening with you? Hello, Brandon.
Hey, how's it going?
Man, how can we help you? I hope it's not the same old story. If it is, I'll still try to help. But did you put money down on a job and the guy took off?
No.
Oh, good.
Nobody's been paid yet for this job.
Oh, good. Tell me what's going on.
Basically, the hailstorm last year happened in July, destroyed a siding on me and my wife's house.
Yep.
We've had this contractor from JJ Construction and Roofing came out.
How'd you find him?
It was actually a recommendation from the insurance company.
Okay.
Which
then
apparently the owner's sister is an insurance agent.
Okay.
But
so where do we stand now?
well, obviously we're almost a year later.
So did they start the job?
They did. They started it, and we've had to call them out 4 times to redo it because the siding is falling off.
So in their mind, they not just started, they finished it in their mind.
Oh yeah, they've showed us where it passed state inspection.
When was it finished? In their mind. Not the first time. When the first time they said, okay, we're done.
I believe it was 2 or 3 months ago.
So, okay. So they, May, right?
Yeah, roughly May.
They finished in May, and how many times after that have you had to call them?
Well, we're trying to get a hold of them again, and this will be the 4th time they would have had to come out.
Why?
Because every time they come out to quote-unquote fix it, it's worse than it was before.
Okay.
Like this last time they came
What are
out,
what are the typical problems?
Just in general, the siding's loose. It's coming anytime the wind blows, the siding comes off the house.
Is it vinyl?
Yes, it's vinyl.
Okay. Here's what we usually do in cases like these. We find one of our experts to take a look at it. And then we see where you stand because we have no idea. Now, you understand, we mainly do this for people on our referral list because that's what we do. We are a closed community of people who take care of people. But we also help consumers. That's why I do this show. If I did this show just for people who use my referral list, I wouldn't have a show because most of those people don't have problems. So we will provide someone to you. Providing you're with, where are you?
Colorado, Eastern Colorado Springs.
Okay, we need to find someone there on our Colorado Springs place here to go out there. How far east are you?
We're not outside of the Springs. We're just on the east side of Springs.
Oh, okay.
We're on Powers and Platte.
Could you do me a favor? Could you take a bunch of photos?
I have as many photos as you want already.
Good. Send them to us. We'll give you an address. And what we need to do is find someone in your area to look at it that we know and trust. So first, let's start with photos, because if we can't find someone, Daphne, we will have to do it by photos with one of our experts, okay? What's the name of the company? JJ Construction, you said?
It's JJ Construction.
All right. You hold on. Daphne, get the photos from them, and we'll take it one step at a time. A lot more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. I'm Tom Martino, live on Facebook, live on YouTube, and at referralist.com and K-House. Stay tuned.
Let me surprise you with an interesting fact. You ready? Of all the media options today, AM FM radio reaches the most people each week. Yeah, you heard me right. Radio is the leading.
So we talked to Freddie. He's a New Yorker. Talks really fast.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's
all right.
a good guy.
I'll give him a call. Get this thing squared away.
If you're a marketer and you need to improve your plans,
Yeah, he talks a mile a minute, boy.
Severe
Good guy.
here, and that's
Good
what
guy.
you
Yeah.
call Golden Spike Roofing. If you think you have damage, call Golden Spike at 303-942-1386 for a thorough and free inspection. For roofing done right to the last nail, call Golden Spike Roofing.
Call Golden Spike. Is Central Time 1 hour later than us?
Yes.
303-942-1386. Golden Spike Roofing.
This is Denver's Talk Station. More with Martino after the news on 630 K-Now. An iHeart radio station. KHOW, Denver.
Fox News Radio. I'm Lillian Wu. The president calls it the most significant reform for our immigration system in a half-century.
The RAISE Act will reduce poverty, increase wages, and save taxpayers billions and billions of dollars.
He's pushing for the bill which would dramatically cut legal immigration.
Everyone will get a
into
check for $25,000. It will be amazing.
Lottery visas, limiting legal immigration is closed
right.
business groups who rely on low-skilled workers for jobs. Our military says 2 U.S. service members were killed in action in Afghanistan.
The attack happened in the southern Afghan city of Kandahar, near a major airport and military base. This latest attack is among several others in Afghanistan. 29 people were killed in a suicide attack yesterday at a mosque in the western part of the country.
Fox's John Huddy, the Taliban claiming responsibility. News, we report, you decide.
This report is brought to you by
Yeah, it's out of control, man. There's a lot of items. It takes a long time to set up. It takes us most of a week to set everything up and display it and catalog it.
Good news for folks who love fried chicken. KFC's original recipe, fried chicken, has been and always will be delicious.
Yeah, these auctions online are a little better. People can research and decide how much they're going to pay. And having a good time, whereas the live auction, you know, going once, going twice, I got $30 right here, need 35s one 3 times, and it's sold $30 over here, and then like 5 minutes later, man, I should have probably bid $5 more or whatever.
Yeah, right.
I think it's
Well, I've got these photos in there.
this way. But the live auctions are fun.
Yeah, I tend to get, I don't know, for some reason, whenever I'm in a live auction, it's usually a charity thing after I've had a few drinks.
I kind of want to buy something.
But I find myself put my hand up like, oh, wait a second, come on, someone else outbid me.
Loans to 95% loan to value with no MI. Looking at buying that new home?
Auctioneers in general are characters too. Back in the day, we were doing all live auctions, and there's a lot of retired cops, a lot of retired firefighters.
Oh, is that right?
Calling auctions now.
Friends, every day choose a
They'll have their own little chant.
where you come first. Call
They
now.
stay in
Take
between
advantage of the
the
All
money.
About You event.
Is it the
$300
running
now,
shoes
and the
out here?
opportunity for another $1,000.
Those are not mine. That's the auctioneer added that to the end of my sale.
Oh, I see. You always have a lot of shit that's not yours.
Equal credit lender.
At the very end, not too bad. At the beginning, this stuff's my brother, so I call it mine. I make 30% on this stuff. The stuff at the end is from their previous auction that didn't sell. Sold, they didn't pick up.
Hello, welcome to Lunch Hour with the Troubleshooter, where we are fighting for you each and every day. Monday through Friday, welcome one and all. If you're listening online, downloading the podcast, or just simply watching YouTube or Facebook, it's August 2nd, and we are here to kick butt for you. If you want to get something off your chest, you know what I love about the show? It gives volume to your voice, and it gives clarity to your voice, because I clarify what you're saying and put it in an organized manner so people not only understand it, but the people who offended you understand it, and we can resolve it. We also put your voices together, so one voice who's pissed off at something suddenly finds others pissed off at the same thing, and then there is strength in that, so tell people about it. It's the only place in the media to do it, the only place. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. When you're frustrated and know where to go, this is the place to go. I have Sean Olson with us from the Olson Law Firm. We've been discussing employment law. If you have any questions, you can call us. We'll, of course, always give out his information toward the end of the show. Olson Law Firm. You can also find him on the referral list at referralist.com. That's Olson with 2 O's. And then we have Courtney Pierce with Buy and Build. Buy and Build is a big, giant warehouse on North Washington, and they sell things at incredible prices, but they also do something quarterly, an auction online that's even more incredible, and right now it's starting to close. That means 3 items at a time will close, and you can get in last-minute bidding right now. This is actually the time you want to bid, is when it closes, because if you bid at the beginning of this auction, that's fine, but, you know, chances are most of the activity happens in this last hour. So it's from noon to 4, basically, but when I say the last hour, starting at the last hour, which is noon. And we have things closing. Did anything close yet?
Yeah, the first 3 items just closed, but actually 2 out of the first one's actually a practice lot, and the other 2 just went into extended bidding. So it shows you, if you bid with just a few seconds left, it'll go into extended bidding and give you an opportunity to rebid.
If you want to bid on local stuff here from Buy and Build, all interior finish items, you can get cabinets for pennies on the dollar, floor coverings, you can get any kind of interior finish items. Floor coverings, plumbing fixtures, tubs, sinks, cabinets. Okay, here's the number. I mean the website. RollerAuction.com. Roller, L-O R-O-L-L-E-R, rollerauction.com. Look for Buy and Build, the Buy and Build auction, closing right now. Still some great deals. Give me a great deal someone could bid on right now and probably get it.
Well, the stuff that's got a couple minutes left, there's some Denver Bronco helmet radios right now that just ended.
Now that's
2 radios for $5.
No, I want to know this. I want to know the stuff for pennies right now, the floor coverings.
I got tile. There's a whole pallet of tile that each lot is at 10 cents a square foot right now. You get 90 square feet for $9.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Okay, so that's rollerauction.com. Let's go to the phones, find out what we can do for you. And Felina, I believe, is it Felina?
Yes.
Okay, what's going on, Felina?
Hi. So I engaged the services of Drain Genius to replace my water main and sewer. And so I hired them, and they required a 75% deposit, which I gave to them on June 2nd.
Now, what were they going to do for you?
They were replacing our water main pipe that had sprung a leak.
How did you find them?
Through Yelp. We had used them actually 3 other times.
Okay.
We have our house, and then we have a rental property. So
Okay.
we use them twice on our house for small little projects, and then once at our condo to help when there was
And how much was this whole job going to cost?
$16,700.
And how do you know that was a good deal? How many feet was that?
It was all the way from the street to the inside of my house.
Okay. And so that's with a meter and everything?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And so we had called around and gotten a couple different quotes from people, and like I said, we had used these folks before, which we originally found on Yelp. And so they were scheduled to come out. They had me turn off my water on June 11th. We paid them the 75% deposit of $12,500 on June 2nd, and then on June 11th, I had the water company turn off my water. And they were supposed to start the project on Monday, June 12th. They wanted it turned off on June 11th, so it would have a day to dry out before they started digging in my lawn. And so days went by, they never showed up, they never showed up, they never showed up. We kept following up, when you coming, when you coming. They finally came and they cut down, we have a wrought iron fence around the front of our house, and they cut that down, the gate, and then they cut down the fence between my house and my neighbor's, which is a 6-foot wood fence. And they dug one little hole and then disappeared again. And so we kept calling them and calling them and calling them. They never showed up. And all this time we have our water turned off, and my husband, my 2 children, and I had to move out of the house. And so finally on June 29th, my husband just fired them. And we have a contract that says that we can cancel and forfeit a 25% of our deposit, but that we could cancel for any reason. So we called them and said, hey, we want to cancel. We'll forfeit our 25%, and we want the rest returned to us.
25% of 12 grand.
Correct. But we were so fed up that we just wanted our water turned on.
Yeah, but that's 25%. They probably still want to be paid for what they did. Even if it was a little, they did something.
Sure. So we'll pay the 25%. We'll pay for any additional work that they did.
How much? So will they do it or not?
So he verbally told us on June 29th that he would agree to refund us less than 25%. So then on July 6th, we called again to follow up on when we were going to get the payment, and he told my husband that he would, that his accountant was sending it, and gave us her name, which her name and email just go to, or that email is just their general manager at draingenius.com. So since July
By the way, did you go back on Yelp?
Yes.
Okay.
So since then, we haven't gotten any money. We've sent 12 texts, 6 emails, 2 phone calls, and we've posted on Yelp a negative review just stating exactly what I've just stated. And we've also...
Did you hear back from him after that?
Nope, he has not returned one call, and obviously he knows our number, so he doesn't answer the phone.
Let's call him. Hold on. Let's call him and say, listen, what's going on? Because we'll put your name out every day. I mean, I don't know why people are doing this. I don't know why people are doing this. So we'll do it. We'll go and find out. Yeah, you're on the line with her. Good. Ken, what's going on with you, Ken?
Yeah, Tom. I had XL Roofing put a roof on my house.
Yes.
And Jay Bretz is one of the nicest guys you ever want to meet.
Yeah.
And everything else.
Yes, he is.
They did everything fine. But my complaint is with the loan company.
What's the problem? And what does that have to do with roofing?
Well, because the loan company wants to have their own inspector come out and inspect my roof.
I don't blame them.
Well, here's the problem. This morning, the city inspector comes out and inspects a roof, gets up on the roof and checks it all, and everything else, checks everything they did. They did 3 roofs for me. I have a garage and a shed in the house. And so this morning, this dude comes out to check my roof.
Yeah.
And he walks up, and Jay Bretz, XL Roofing sent pictures to the insurance company, and I talked to the insurance company, and the insurance company...
Well, tell me what the problem is. I don't need to know all the details. I want to know what is the problem right now, sir?
Well,
how can we help you?
The problem of it is the loan company wants to charge me for this inspection this morning.
Well, if it's not... Listen, it doesn't matter what he did. They can't arbitrarily charge you for an inspection, no matter what, unless it's in your loan agreement that you will be charged whenever there's an inspection. So if it's not in your loan agreement, you don't have to pay, period.
Well,
you ask them, here's what you do. First of all, they better release the check. Otherwise, let Jay put a lien on the house, a friendly lien, to scare the lender, okay? Because the lender has to let go of that check. Are they threatening not to let go of the check?
No.
Okay, listen, here's the deal. You say to them, please show me where I agreed to pay a fee for damage or for repair inspections in my loan documents. If not, I will be contacting the proper authorities and take legal action if you try to collect it. That's all you have to say.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
You remember
Okay.
it? So, please show me in my loan documents where I agreed to pay for home inspections after a storm loss or whatever, okay?
Okay.
And if I did not agree to it, and you continue to try to collect, I'm going to take action.
Well, all they're going to do is put on my payment.
No, they're not. You know what your payment is. Don't pay extra.
Okay.
And you tell them in the letter. And if they try to mess with your escrow account, you're going to take legal action. Listen, I am tired of fees, okay? And people just put fees anywhere they want. And they just put fees, and I'm sick and tired of it. Because they don't have permission to do it.
Okay.
You know, they just arbitrarily do it, and I'm sick and tired of it.
Okay.
So let me know what happens, will you please? Stay in touch.
Thank you.
All right. I assure you that they do it because they get away with it. That's the only reason they do it. Daphne, did we get a hold of Drain Genius? She's on right now. Good. Ed, what's going on with you, sir? Ed?
Hello? Oh, hi.
What's going on, man?
Hi. I live in Castle Rock, in a district called Silver Heights. And I know you're aware of all the development they're doing here.
Yes.
And currently, the city council and the developer are trying to ram through that other development. It's called Promenade Center East.
What do you mean ram through?
Well, they're telling everyone it's a done deal. They want to take 12 homes by condemnation so they could build a road so the developer could put in some apartments.
Mm-hmm. You know, they're allowed to do eminent domain for private projects if they can show the greater good and all that crap.
Yeah, it's not even zoned for that, and there's
I know, but
there's no water for it.
Listen, this is stuff. I agree that that's probably true, but see, when a developer somehow gets in good with the county or the city, and they can bend the rules any way they want. If the public does not object, I mean, they have to have public hearings and stuff and normal stuff, but when you say ram through, there is a procedure. And the ultimate procedure would be to oust him out of office if truly you didn't like it. But Ed, let me caution you for a couple reasons. And I'm not on the side of this developer. I don't know who it is. I don't know anything about it. In a previous life, I did a bunch of developing. Millions of dollars in developing. And I would go to the county, and they would say, here's what you need to do. Boom, 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 boom. Now, in those days, they were anti-development, if anything. You had to really try hard to get development done. And the public, they would voice concerns one way or the other. But they really listened to the public in those days. If people around the area said, we don't want it or we don't want this. But inevitably, no matter what happened on either side, the people who wanted it, who were going to make money at it, they would blame someone for having undue influence. And then if it was approved, they would blame someone of ramming it through. So what I'm saying is that there's never a happy party. There's no way for me to know, Ed, if you represent the majority or a little minority that's making noise, or does everyone feel this is wrong? And if so, they should show up at meetings. I mean,
Yeah, they've been having them, but not really letting people know when they are. And the next one we found out is 7:30 in the morning on the 15th. We'd love for you guys to show up.
Okay, now tell me,
see what's going on.
This is a petition, or this is an application to develop land adjacent to the current one, right?
No, what they want to do is, if you go where all the development is on the other side of the freeway, there's some vacant land, and it's not zoned for what they want to do.
What is it zoned for?
It's single family houses.
And what do they want to do? Okay, by the way,
475 apartments, I believe.
By the way, Ed, let me explain a few things first. Changing zoning is common. In fact, it's more common than not changing zoning. When the master plan is originally drawn up, they put in areas for multifamily, for single family, for open space. It's a continual process of special use permits or zoning changes. And I'm not saying this because I want you to accept this, by the way, just the opposite. I want you to be informed, okay? Because here's the biggest problem the opposition has. I'll tell you right coming up, okay? Right coming up, right after we talk about Pro Auto Care. Al Aramis has been around for years, 25 years. And Pro Auto Care has been on my referral list for as long as I had a referral list, and Al Aramis has been a sponsor, and that's because he does what he says. Pro Auto Care is a place you can take your car, and you can be assured you're not only going to get honest service, reliable service, quality service, but you will have a value to that service, a big value. He has 2 locations near Evans and I-25. You go just east and then north on Dahlia, or on Santa Fe south of Bowles. And his number is 303-PRO-AUTO. That's also the website, 303proauto.com. Now, if you want to know some of the specials he has, if you go to 303proauto.com, click on my name or face, and it'll bring you to the Martino specials. That's Pro Auto Care, 303-PRO-AUTO.
This report is brought to you by Lowe's.
Crashes and construction clogging up the midday drive across the metro area on the north end. There's some slowing on southbound I-25 near Northwest Parkway in that cone zone. Northbound I-25 near 136. Well, that's some cone zone activity that's clogging up the drive on that stretch. Downtown, northbound I-25 to 8th Avenue, there's crashes.
Yeah, I wish when I had my
on that stretch.
damage in my roof, I would have got a private.
Really?
Yeah. Well, like I say, you never know. I'm serious.
But I do have an update on that. And,
now, if he has a special, I'll give out the special. But
I
don't
do
have
have
time to do
the
it.
special. Do you want me to just
Well, you never see that.
Well, I didn't. I was on the phone with James.
Tell me what it is.
Okay, I'll bring it to you.
What? I did it. I did it. A long one.
1% on all purchases in-store or online. Subject to credit approval, U.S. only.
I'll just do whatever you want. Tell me. I don't care. Whatever you want.
Hi, I'm Don.
I know, but let me do one. Which one do you want to do? Rockies?
Rocky done.
Okay.
Are they clicking off? One at a time?
They're doing okay. Unless this little stuff doesn't go into extended bidding often. There's one buyer. This is 24211 is buying all sorts of stuff. I like her. I can tell it's her just from that first page. She bought all the isotoner gloves. Bought all these. She bought some of these. So she's probably
those around and sell them on eBay.
She's probably not going to bid building materials. She likes all this little stuff. Yes.
By the way, with Pro Auto Care, I wanted to mention a special they have. That's a timing belt replacement for $100 off. And that's important because there's a lot of mystery when it comes to timing belts. And Pro Auto Care will answer any question you have on timing belts. That's very important for you to know because some cars don't need to change their timing chains or they don't have an interference engine with a timing belt. So if it breaks, you got to be towed, but it won't ruin the engine. But there are most cars that will be ruined. They'll tell you which one you have, but if you need a timing belt replacement or you don't know when it was done, you need to get it done. It's the one thing that can ruin a car, and he'll give $100 off. That's 303-PRO-AUTO. And I told you all about him before, 303-PRO-AUTO. Now, let's talk about criminal defense. I hope you never, ever need a criminal defense. But if you do, Joseph A. Lazzara is the one you should call. I've known Joe for many, many years. If you have a DUI, well, if you made a stupid mistake, or if you're just drinking and driving, you need help. No matter what, whether you're guilty or a mistake or, let's say, falsely accused, you need an attorney to get through the system. No matter what the case, you always need an attorney. Okay? You can't do it alone. That's my recommendation, at least. And trust me, if you've ever tried with motor vehicles and then again with the criminal charge, you'll go crazy. LazzaraLegal.com, any crime, at any time, call him at 303-429-6200. 303-429-6200. He is also on my referral list at referrallist.com. The Stem Cell Institute of America is in Denver, so if you're suffering from osteoarthritis of the knee, low back, neck, shoulders, hips, or other
other joint pain, stop and listen. These are must-attend stem cell therapy educational seminars, free, with no obligation to you. Find solutions to your pain and information that could change the way you live. With seminars in Denver, the Tech Center, Little Boulder, and other places, including Fort Collins, there's sure to be one near you. You need to attend one of these seminars on regenerative medicine. It could be a life-changing experience. 888-628-1899 to register for one of our upcoming seminars. And for information, visit stemcelltherapyforpain.com. I'm Tom Martino. I had stem cell therapy on my lower back, and it's nothing short of a miracle. Within 1 week, 90% of my pain was gone. And now, I don't even remember the pain. Start living once again. 888-628-1899.
There's a new 24/7 Bronco station that just hit the airwaves. Orange and Blue Radio at AM 760.
This is John Elway. Elway can run.
Terrell Davis.
There it is. Terrell Davis.
This is Shannon Sharp.
Yes, sir.
The all-new Orange and Blue Radio at AM 760. All Broncos, all the time. Energized by Onus IV Hydration Therapy. Now with 2 locations. Grand opening underway in the
Radios are gone.
Halfway through page 2. Michael Brown, afternoons 4 to 7.
Bloomberg News wonders if Venezuela is becoming a Cuban-like dictatorship. What do you mean, becoming a dictatorship? Join me at 4 o'clock for more Irreverent Talk Radio.
Those matches are kind of funny.
I've been handing them out at Red Rocks at concerts. The Hawaii thing. People think they're you give the boy ones to the boys and the girl ones to the girls, it works way better.
Oh, those girls.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. The rollerauction.com for buy and build, rollerauction.com for buy and build. All this hour and going on till 4 today, they will be closing items, and you can get the last-minute bids in and get some great deals, all from buy and build, interior finish items. Anything you want to comment on that you have? That
well, I was just looking through right now. We've got some faucets on there. We've literally got bathroom faucets for less than $5 a piece. There's satin nickel pull-down.
That normally would go for what?
They probably $60, $70, $80.
And this is less than $5, folks. Less than $5. Rollerauction.com. Rollerauction.com, and look for buy and build. Okay, Sean Olson, quickly, I'm looking for the email we had for questions here. Oh, okay. On unemployment benefits, if you leave because the place is hostile, what do you have to prove? Because you want to get unemployment benefits, but it looks like you quit. What do you have to prove?
Well, you'd have a fairly high bar to meet at that point in time. If you have to be able to prove that you quit through no fault of your own. So in other words, no reasonable person would be able to work under the conditions that you were working under, and so you had to leave.
Okay,
so and I suppose it depends on what kind of hostility we're talking about. If it's sexual harassment...
But if you never put in a previous complaint, that would be hard to prove, too. If there's no record.
Absolutely, it'd be hard to prove. Anytime you're going to try to prove something in a court or an administrative agency, having a paper trail of what has been happening is always going to help.
Now, they were getting unemployment. It was pulled. They said they made an error or whatever. They want me to pay it back.
Right.
What do I do? Is there any kind of appeal for this?
There is. I mean, you can keep appealing up the chain, depending on where you are.
Why would they make a mistake, do you think? Why did they make a mistake? He didn't mention it or she didn't mention it.
Well, it's possible that the initial benefits were allowed by the unemployment agency, and then the employer contested it, and they decided a different way the second time around. And
okay.
In which case, then they say, you're not entitled to any benefits, and we need those back. And that's by statute. That the unemployment insurance fund is going to get that money back. It is scary. It can be very scary.
Okay, so you can appeal almost anything with unemployment, I know, but then that you get to a point where you can't. I mean, there must be a final decision somewhere, right?
Well, ultimately, you can appeal to the Court of Appeals.
Oh, you really can. I mean,
you can.
But that takes money, obviously.
Well, it certainly takes work. If you don't have money, it's going to take a lot of work on your part.
Okay, and then what about unpaid wages? You said there's a good do-it-yourself thing for that. You said that once when you were on the show. I'm saying this, not an emailer. So what do they do to do it yourself? Because this person wants to know, how do I collect money?
Go to the Department of Labor, the Colorado Department of Labor, and they have the ability to investigate those sorts of claims, and they now have enforcement ability
They have a
as well.
form online, though, right? Didn't you say something about a self-help center where you can fill out everything? And
Yep, that's the Department of Labor.
Okay.
Go to them. They're a very user-friendly agency, and I don't say that about many agencies.
And you fill it out, how much you owe and all that, and
they'll look into it.
Yeah.
They'll get a response from the employer, and they'll make a decision.
Okay. Okay, now, Daff, Felina, she paid $12,000 to Drain Genius, who did a partial job. They want to fire him. Drain Genius doesn't even talk to him. What do we do?
So I called the number that Felina gave me, and I asked for the owner, Dwight, and he said, no, he's not here. I said, that's funny, this is Dwight's cell phone. And then he said, oh, yeah, that's right, it's transferred to me. And so he said that they are going to be taken care of. That's what he said. They've never dealt with this before, but he assures me, and I said, well, I work for Tom Martino, so he's very, tenacious, so
right.
We're going to be on the case.
Okay, now, Felina, we are going to stay on the case, and we will warn people, and we'll make a lot of noise, but I want to give them a chance. So here's what I want to say. How much do you figure you're owed back? You paid $12. How much do you think you're owed back? You will voluntarily pay 25% of that.
Correct.
That's are you sure it's 25% of the deposit and not the job?
Yeah, I have it right here. It says,
okay, fine. I believe it. Go ahead.
Okay.
Now, how much in addition? So you're willing to subtract $3,000. Okay. Now what else are you willing to do?
I'm willing to subtract the maybe 1 or 2 hours it took him to slice into my fence, and that's all he did. He did no other.
They did no
work.
digging, no excavation, nothing.
No, he did nothing.
So even if we say another $1,000,
sure,
that's a lot of money.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'll pay him $4,000 and get $8,000 back.
Then I would, while we're starting our thing, I don't see how you lose this. I would take him to small claims court for $7,500. $7,500 is the limit. I believe it's still the limit.
It is. I looked it up.
And then we will start on our end and put that as a follow-up, so we'll bug them if we don't hear, and you'll bug us. Why don't we at least get that started? I'm saying you should probably get more than $8,000. You should probably get more like $8,500 or more. I mean, and we got to warn everyone about Drain Genius, and we're going to do it every day until, I mean, really, Drain Genius. And I urge people to not use them until we figure out what's going on with them. So you used them before, and it was great. But this time, nothing. I wonder what changed. Did you deal with the same guy, or is it a new owner?
No, we're dealing with the same exact guy. So, yeah, I have no idea why he's not responding. But there are other reports with 2 other people that have had similar situations as myself that have not been paid.
Oh, really? Drain Genius. Folks, Drain Genius, not such a genius. Felina, make sure you have a number to call us back so we can get this done. We can get this done. Now, Ed, I'm going to give Ed, the biggest problem with the opposition. All right, Ed? You have a land developer, and you guys think it's getting, as you say, rammed through. Here's the biggest problem, and I'm telling you, it discredits you guys. It is looking for boogeymen where there are none, or making false accusations. It makes the opposition look like nuts. In other words, they say, somebody's being paid off, or, this or that and the other thing. Unless they're rock solid, don't be doing that, because no one will listen to you. What the city or county attorney, is it Castle Rock or is it Douglas County?
It's Castle Rock.
Okay, if it's Castle Rock, the city attorney and the people will listen to reason, not accusations. So what I suggest you do is, first, you start a petition to begin with, just so you can get everybody down publicly who is opposed to this. But you have to have a reason to be opposed. Just because you're opposed, they won't listen to you. It has to have a reason. You say there's no water. Well, I'm sure there's water, or they wouldn't even consider it. There's
okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that was already confirmed that there's a water issue, because we have a small water district here. We have about 400 houses in this area. And it just services that area.
Okay, Ed, as a developer in the past, I can tell you this. There are ways for me to purchase water rights that can be transferred to me in that area without you even knowing it. And there is no more water issue. What I'm saying is, I might be wrong, but I truly doubt a developer would spend money trying to get a piece of land subdivided and approved for a PUD if he or she knew there was no water, because you would lose the money you put into the development. So maybe there's no water, or maybe there's a water issue, or maybe they want to expand the plant, and that's where you have to do off-site improvements and pay for them. But what I'm saying is those are some of the things that you would attack only if you truly know. I mean, you got to research it. Everything is public. Everything. Every piece of paper filed by that developer is public. Find out what he plans to do about water. He has to answer all of these questions. And then attack them on real facts and get your stuff together. Now, I would be happy to have one of you guys record what you hear at these meetings and listen to all of it. I can't be there at that early in the morning and do the show, but I would love for anyone. Listen, we're working on this thing with Verizon right now, who did a cell phone tower up north. Yeah, we're moving slowly because it's difficult. We need to get a lawyer to help us out, and it's a very complicated case, and the homeowners don't have a lot of money to spend. So we're working with the HOA, but this is something that takes time, but we will be happy to at least get in on it in case something breaks. All right? And we'd like to be part of it. What should I do now? All right, let's talk about Rockies, 63rd and Federal. I love talking about Rockies. Why? Because people love buying cars, used cars, trucks, SUVs, vans, and pick-me-ups. And these pickup trucks, by the way, they have a large selection. What they have is basically variety. That's what I like to say, variety. People like variety. If you're going to shop, shop around. Then go to Rockies and look at the variety, because no one wants one color. You know, have you ever seen lots that are just all white and gray cars for some reason? You can get a selection of colors, makes, models, price ranges, and features, and all of the prices are clearly marked. They have 40 lenders to choose from, and they're open Monday through Saturday, 9 to 8 for your convenience. 63rd and Federal, 303-426-4646. Rockies.
This report is brought to you by Lowe's.
Big delays on the north end of the metro area. There's a crash blocking the far right lane there, northbound I-25 near 120th. Watch out for big delays on that stretch. Tow trucks are on the scene. Hopefully that wreck will be cleared out soon. Still some delays on southbound I-25 further north around Northwest Parkway. That's due to construction downtown. Crash being cleared northbound I-25 at 8th Avenue. Wreck there on the ramp from northbound I-25 to westbound 6th Avenue, clogging up the drive on that section. The weather forecast, 30% chance of afternoon thunderstorms today with a high of 87. Right now, few clouds and 83 in Denver. With your traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner, 630 KHOW.
Pro customers at Lowe's save 5% on every purchase every day when you use your Lowe's Business Credit account. That's 5% on all purchases in-store or online. Subject to credit approval, U.S. only.
iHeartRadio has all of your favorite talk shows and all of your stations, all for free. iHeartRadio makes it so that I'm always with you, right in your pocket. I know that's weird, but you know what? Do it anyway. Take 630 KHOW with you wherever you go and never miss the Michael Brown Show. iHeartRadio keeps you connected to KHOW so you never miss a thing. Plus, if you want variety, you can check out thousands of the best radio stations from all across the country. It's super easy. Listen at iHeartRadio.com or download the free iHeartRadio app now.
Find out the true condition of your car with a free computer printout of all your major systems, the engine, tranny, electrical, brakes, and emissions. Then 15% off any repairs you want to do. Budget A1 transmission and auto repair. 303-781-9858. Super fresh sushi, juicy prime rib, spectacular all-you-can-eat crab legs. We've got them all and much more. And limited time only special lower prices during our hot summer meal deal at the Farmer's Pick Buffet at Isle Casino Hotel Blackhawk. You don't want to miss the best dining value in Blackhawk for brunch, lunch, or dinner this August and September during the hot summer meal deal at Isle Casino Hotel Blackhawk.
Must be 21. All terms, conditions, rewards, and benefits are subject to change or revocation without notice. Eligibility and exceptions apply. See official promotional rules. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
If you're anywhere near my age and you've been an athletic or just hardworking person, you might have a joint that's on its last legs, if you'll pardon the pun. You're uncomfortable. You can't do so much you want to do, but you don't want the pain and cost and months of rehab that come from a joint replacement. Hey, it's Ross Kaminsky, and now you have an option. Downtown's Healthcare offers regenerative therapy with stem cells that can help restore that aching joint to a level of comfort and function you didn't believe possible. Learn more at downtownshealthcare.com. That's downtownshealthcare.com.
Are you retired or planning for retirement? Retirees have lots of financial questions and need to make lots of decisions. You want to get them right. Hi, I'm Linda Gardner, host of Your Money, Your Retirement, every Saturday on 630 KHOW. You're invited to attend my free retirement classes on Saturday morning, August 12th. The first class, Will Taxes Derail Your Retirement? If you've saved a lot for retirement, taxes could be your largest expense. What can you do to reduce your taxes?
One guy at least taking pictures and listing.
7 retirement threats and mistakes to avoid, so you don't outlive your money. In these classes, I'll share important concepts and questions you need to consider to make the right decisions for your financial future. Seats are limited. Enroll now. And I'll see you on Saturday morning, August 12th. For more information, go to registercolorado.com. That's registercolorado.com.
I like buying stuff on eBay
Or call
because you get really good deals sometimes.
720-488-8604. That's 720-488-8604.
Hear about it. Talk about it. This is Denver's Talk Station, 630 KHOW.
This amazes me, like 2 coloring books is going $17. Oh, you're kidding. You think they're adult colored? Oh.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Here to help you solve problems, answer questions, and take complaints. And we got a lot going on now, a lot. So, let's go to the phones. The roller auction is still closing, rollerauction.com for buy and build. We have Sean Olson here, our employment attorney. What's going on with Andy? Andy?
Yeah, hi.
What's going on?
So me and my fiance went to Lazy Boy around May to get 2 Lazy Boys. I'm gonna have surgery, brain surgery, in around like October. So I needed something that I could like sleep on comfortably. That's not a bed that would keep me upright a little bit.
Sure.
So we thought like a Lazy Boy.
Mm-hmm.
And so we went to go get Lazy Boys, and we found 2 that we really liked, and we got one for me, one for him. We put power in mine, so it would be easier for after the surgery that I can like make it just the way that I liked it.
Right.
And when we got it back, it took them like 2 or 3 months to like process our order and everything like that. When we got our Lazy Boys, his was really comfortable, and mine was lumpy and lopsided and just not comfortable and not what I ordered.
Huh. What do you mean not what you ordered?
It looked the same, but it felt very, very different. It was uncomfortable.
Do you think do you think it had something to do with the power?
I don't think so, because they said
I wonder why yours is uncomfortable and his isn't. Do they acknowledge it?
They did. Well, they said that it just needs to be broken in. So
But why doesn't his have to be broken in?
He said his felt different, but it was still comfortable. So.
All right. So where do we stand right now? That was when?
That was probably like 2 or 3 months ago.
Okay. So where are we right now? Did it break in?
It did. So it broke in, but it still was very uncomfortable. And so I took it back, and when I took it back, I noticed that the fabric was ripping.
What was the fabric? Where was it ripping?
So it was ripping underneath both arms. There was holes in the front arms, and it was ripping down vertically 2 places on the back.
What are they doing about it?
And so they took it all the way up to corporate, and they said that it was my fault that it was ripped.
Why?
Because they said that it was pushed through a door or something like that. I'm like, and also, I'm not a big person. I weigh probably like 130, and I'm tiny. I'm a tiny person.
Sure.
So sitting on it couldn't do that. And we've only had it for like 2 weeks at that point. And so they took it in. And
that's the second chair that was ripped?
Yeah, so it was my chair that was ripped, not Austin.
I understand that, but what I meant was, had they replaced it from the time it was uncomfortable, or was this still the first chair?
Still the first chair. They didn't change anything. They're like, just keep it, like, make sure, like, just, no,
okay.
They said that they needed to be.
So where do we stand? What is going on right now?
I don't have a chair.
Why?
I'm out because they still have it. They said that they're going to do something. They haven't told me anything. That they said that they needed me to pay more money.
Is it my imagination, or do we hear more and more complaints about Lazy Boy? Have they gone to hell? I mean, who are you dealing with? Are you dealing with the local company here?
Yeah.
Who?
Lazy Boy. Like, it was the one off of Church Ranch in Wadsworth.
It's in Highlands Ranch?
No, Church Ranch. It's in Westminster. In
Westminster, okay. And so, did you talk to them first?
Yeah, I talked to, they have a person who would fix it there locally, and then they push it up to corporate.
Okay, so what's the last you heard from them? Lazy Boy in Westminster. This is ridiculous.
Last I heard from them, they're not going to fix much of it. I don't even think they're going to fix. I don't know what they're going to fix or what they won't fix. And honestly, I don't really know, because I paid about $1,400 for this chair because I need it for after surgery. And
so they said to you, we're not going to do anything.
They said to me that they're not going to fix the fabric. The fabric is also supposed to be the strongest fabric that they have. They're not going to fix the fabric, and I think they're working on fixing the comfort, but I don't think so. I don't know.
Here's the bottom line. They haven't really communicated with you.
Yeah.
So Lazy Boy, what you're saying is Lazy Boy doesn't care about its customers enough to talk to them.
Pretty much.
Okay. We're going to relate that message to them in Westminster, because I think Lazy Boy would want to know that.
And it's really frustrating because
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Listen, whether it's surgery or not doesn't matter. I mean, it matters to you. It doesn't matter. They should treat you no matter what it is. And here's the other deal, okay? Here's the other deal. You did spend a lot of money for a chair. How much was that? $1,200, that one?
Yeah.
That one chair?
Yep.
Okay, so how long do they think they can keep hoodwinking the public if they're going to treat them like this? Okay? This is Lazy Boy. They should be thanking God, because they are one of the dinosaurs. And instead of taking care of people with minor complaints, they're turning you off, and you're going to tell hundreds and hundreds of people, and now you've told thousands of people. So let's see what Lazy Boy in Westminster, or Lazy Boy in general, will do for this customer who has had to, she had to call us for help because they did not have the common decency to reach out to her and keep her informed. So let's call them. And that's exactly what I want you to ask. How are they going to handle this customer? Because we all want to know. We all want to know. All she wants is a chair that she paid for that is fixed and not torn. Now, Andy, are you positive that those tears could not have come from it being delivered or pushed through a door?
I am positive, because it's on the front and the side and the back. If it was from a door, it would be only on the side, not the front and the back.
Well, it would be on the front and the back if it was that wide and the door was that narrow, but that would be ridiculous.
Yeah, because it's different places, and it would be, all right.
I'm so sick and tired of hearing about Lazy Boy. You know, I don't know if it's my imagination. I've heard a lot of bad things lately about Lazy Boy. I remember complaints we've had specifically about Lazy Boy. Now, some of them were ridiculous, had to do with an odor. Do you remember that, Dan, that odor one? All right, so let's see what we can do, all right? Meanwhile, if you have aches and pains from osteoarthritis, any kind of arthritis, or just sports injuries, neuropathy, maybe from diabetes, any kind of joint pain, oh my goodness, you need to check out stem cell therapy. Stem cell therapy is now known around the world to be packed with growth factors that can literally mimic and grow cells next to them. They know where the damage is, and they fix it. They become part of their surrounding tissue. This is an amazing discovery. By the way, as a side note, the guy that discovered stem cell research, one of the pioneers in stem cell research, went to school with me in Catskill, New York. I swear to God, you look it up. Catskill, New York. He is now the dean of Harvard Medical School at good old Catskill High School. I swear to you. He's the dean. And what am I doing? Anyway, so Stem Cell Institute of America has changed the way stem cells done. They don't expect you to just blindly make an appointment and then find out everything you need or just look on the internet. What they want to do is inform their people. They want to inform their patients or their future patients. So stop and listen. This is a must-attend stem cell therapy educational seminar. You will find solutions for pain along with cutting-edge information that could help change the way you live. Wherever you are, it's a short drive. They do them in Denver, the Tech Center, Littleton, Boulder, Fort Collins. Free informational seminars. It's free, but please show up if you reserve a seat, because there are so many people that want to hear this information. Then afterwards, if you want to make an appointment down the road, that's up to you. But you really should find out everything you need to know. There is no downside to this. 855-262-4040. 855-262-4040. That's 855-262-4040.
This report is brought to you by Napa Auto Parts.
Good news on the north end of town. That earlier wreck northbound I-25 north 128 has been cleared out of the way. All lanes of the highway have reopened. Still residual backup that is improving on the front end of that stretch. Southbound I-25 approaching 128. Well, little looky-loo backups. That's starting to improve as well. And the drive should improve downtown. That earlier wreck westbound 6th Avenue, just to the west of I-25.
Well, that older one of Lazy Boy, they returned, they gave the money back on that.
About 30% chance of having seen thunderstorms today with a high near 87. Right now, a few clouds above and 83.
Looking at
with your traffic weather, I'm Keith Wagner. 6:30
top-notch engine protection from synthetic motor oil is back for just $5.79 a quart at any participating auto parts store. That's Napa know-how. General state prices do not include applicable state or local taxes or recycling fees.
Same sign. And same number of bedrooms, same address. And I didn't buy, but
at 303-761-6400. I'm Tom Martino. Excel Roofing is the most trusted roofer in Denver. I've been recommending them for 20 years, and they've done 3 roofs for me. Call 303-761-6400. When it comes to roofing, I get numerous
no, they don't even consider that
paid money up front and got nothing.
I don't know why, but it looks as big.
Because with Excel Roofing, you only pay when the job is finished and you're 100% satisfied. And they don't hold you hostage with stupid cancellation fees. They earn your trust every day. 303-761-6400. That's 761-6400.
And they're regular size?
I just don't understand the value. I mean, I just can't believe people would pay that much for a condo.
Are you I'm always amazed.
Mortgage insurance?
Yeah.
Hey, it's Ross Kaminsky for my friends at American
I can see it's upgrade there.
You own a home in this super hot Denver market. You've got to hear about another way that American financing can save you money. We all know home values are higher than they've ever been. Some people's homes are worth 40% more than when you bought them. This is huge because when your equity goes up, mortgage insurance can go away, putting extra money in your pocket each and every month. So why not let the salary-based mortgage consultants at American Financing make those savings happen through a simple loan refinance? So even if you're
people buying your house, what do they
I don't think American Financing can.
I don't know. $600 or $85,000 will buy a lot of upgrades.
There's a couple different guys right now, so we're talking to a couple.
That's like Donald Trump leading sort of upgrades.
As much as $1,000
So we're
a
going
month.
to tear it down.
We're right in the heart of Rana.
Oh, you are.
Not in the heart of Rana, but we're at the north side. It's going to be
online.
It's a nice
little area.
So we would love to hold it for a couple minutes.
You take a place or what?
Do you live there now, or?
Long enough, like living there like 5 years ago.
Oh, your kids.
But it's just everything around that way with the clock.
And Stephanie and I live over by.
So they're going to put pressure on
when I'm not there, we bought this for our future, so
The other developer just comes to whole. Good idea. But we bought it. It's nice. I didn't want to wait.
I remember looking at that area. A friend of mine,
Because I feel we're going to have a
I'd love to live there and stuff, because you're just put those new.
Yeah, it's probably coming. We would. It's got too many years.
Unemployment is really bad.
But like I say, 10 years from now, it's going to be one of the cooler neighborhoods in Denver. So Dell's is putting a brewery there, McDonald's putting a brewery there, Oscar Blues there.
I'm Tom Martino, you're a troubleshooter. We've spoken about salary, how to collect salary versus overtime. We've talked about unemployment benefits. We talked about a number of different employment issues. If you ever have questions, Sean Olson, he's on a referral list. Olson, 2 O's. Olson Law Firm, LLC.com. 303-586-7297. 303-586-7297. And don't forget buyandbuild.net. I talk about them all the time. Go to rollerauction.com. Look for the buy and build auction till about 4 or 5 today. It's closing as we speak. You can get in and get some last-minute bids, and you can literally find faucets for under $5 that sell for $70, $80. You can find cabinets for pennies on the dollar compared to other places. Now, you can always find great deals at Buy and Build, and they're at North Washington. What's the easiest way to get there? I just go. I think I go up to, what is this street? I go off of I-25 over to Washington. Do you go 70 to Washington? Okay. I-70 to Washington, and then you go south, right?
No, you just go north, just north of I-70 on Washington.
I'm wondering how I get. I think I get off somewhere and drive north on Washington.
58th or something.
Okay, that's exactly what it is. That's why I'm thinking south. Okay, so 70 to Washington, then north, and it's up on your right side. You have a big warehouse, big sign. You can see it, and you're open Monday through Friday. What time?
Yeah, 8 to 5 Monday through Friday, and then Saturday's only 10 to 1.
Yeah. Now that's, if we get any complaints, it's the Saturday complaint.
Yeah, my guys need a little bit of time off, but it's a good time to get in there and get your ideas and see
10
the
to 1.
colors.
Only 10 to 1 on Saturday. So it's 8 to 5 other times. Leslie, what's going on with your real estate agent?
Well, I am selling one of my properties, and my real estate agent transposed the numbers on the counter proposal from 515 to 151.
Now, what does that mean, 515 to 151? I don't understand.
Okay, so the counter proposal figures for the selling price was to be stated as $515,000.
Oh, got it.
She transposed the numbers to where they read as $151,000.
No one expects that, though. That is what's called unconscionable. I don't think anyone would ever try to enforce that. I don't know. What about? I don't know. I mean,
right. But now the buyer's real estate agent has now sent an email today.
They're expecting 151,000.
No, they're not. But what she said is they are going to need to do an amend and extend because they would like additional provisions to the contract because of the typo error. And she stated, "We've been waiting for you to notice the typo error on the figures. So to move forward with this contract, we would like extra provisions."
Okay, what do they want?
They want my tenants, they want me to get the tenants out before closing. There's tenants in the property now.
Is this an investment property, or is this a home they want to live in?
No, it's an investment property. It's a duplex.
And it's a duplex for them, too?
As well. Mm-hmm.
Then why do they want tenants out? I'm just curious.
Because they're going to, it's right down the street from Sloan's Lake, and they're going to double the rent from what I'm getting now.
Okay. And so why do you care about that?
Because I can't, because I don't want the tenants to have to be out. It wouldn't even give them their 30 days. It would only give them 20-day notice to get out.
Oh, and the amend and, I thought they wanted an amend and extend.
They do want an amend and extend to say the tenants have to be out in the next 20 days before closing.
Well, no, an extend. What's the extend? Amend and extend. What's the extend part of it? They don't want to extend closing?
No, they don't.
So tell them you need more time. I mean, this is negotiable like everything else. Or are they threatening to try to close at 151? Because you'll just throw it into a loss. Oh, come on. No one in their right mind would do it, and I don't think ever that would work, okay? Because what you could do is just throw it into court, and if you're not in a hurry, just keep renting it and then find the next buyer. Just tell them, look, if you need to take me to court, fine, we're not doing it, okay? We're just not doing it. Now, your agent has errors and omissions, which, by the way, this is an error and omission, okay? This is. Okay. If ever that insurance would kick in, this is when it would kick in. But, Sean, what do you think as far as contract law? From going from 515 to 151, don't you think you could make a case that this was not intentional?
It certainly sounds like everybody at the table understands that this was a mistake and this was not intended to be an offer.
Truly. But your agent needs to handle this, not you.
Right, and she is. But my question is, How is she handling it? Want to do? Well, she's working with them as far as saying that no, we can't make that we can't. By law, we can't even get a tenant out. We have to give them the 30 days notice. But
well, hold on. Do you have a written lease?
Yes.
Okay. What kind of written lease? A year? When is it up?
It is up. They've been month to month for about 6 months now.
And the original okay. So month to month is whatever the previous release was. If it was 30 days, it's 30 days. On a verbal, it's 10 days. Okay. So it's not by law. And by law. Do you know what is the punishment for violating that law? What do you think it is?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, so you can't use that as an excuse because there is no punishment. Okay, they sue you for the time they didn't get and for some light damages, which could be cheaper than losing a deal. You have to come to that conclusion. But I wouldn't let these people strong arm me simply because they think they have you over a barrel. The hell with it. You can keep leasing it and sell it and let them try to take you to court. It's a waste of their time. Okay? I mean, if you want to talk about this tomorrow, you can. We're out of time.
Nothing is more important than your health. Hi, I'm Donnie, owner of Fitness Gallery, where we sell
like that and then just stick it to you. Try to take advantage. But you know what? I got to tell you something.